City Family Pharmacy, Boss Design Company, the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center, L&J Meat Market, Napa Auto and Truck Parts of Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City, McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, Huttinga Electric, Northern Truck Service, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, McLean Transmissions, Pluger Mechanical, McBain Hardware, Fiam, and Ina Store. Now let's head to the stadium and join your host for McBain Rambler Football, Gary Vanna.
Good Friday night here in McBain, the very first football game that felt like football season. It is 50 degrees out here. There's a little bit of cloud cover in the sky. The lights are already on. There's no sunlight to spoil this picture perfect evening. Broadcasting live from the Burkholder Family Funeral Home broadcast booth, this is Gary Hawkeye Vanna. I'm joined by Trevor Lucky and Connor Hammers back at the station trying to keep this train on its tracks. This is the last week of the regular season. The Ramblers are outright Highland Conference champions. Tonight they'll face another undefeated team in the Fowler Eagles. Number 3 McBain Ramblers in D7 versus number 1 Fowler Eagles in D8. Trevor, what do you expect tonight?
Well, I expect a great matchup here, Gary. Both of these teams have pretty much punched their ticket to the playoffs this year. So this is, still an important game. It's a non-conference game, super important for playoff points. However, kind of has a little bit of a feeling of an expedition, but still a great one at that.
The pregame show is brought to you by Pluger Mechanical, licensed and insured. For all your new installation, HVAC services, and light plumbing, call Aaron at 231-282-3194. All right, so Trevor, we know that McBain is locked into the playoffs. They're 8-0. If you follow this news to you, they are either going to be in the toughest district in the state, or they're going to be in a district that's going to be very winnable. Fowler is automatically guaranteed to be the number 1 team in their region. So why does this game even matter?
It matters a lot more for the McBain Ramblers than anything. If the McBain Ramblers were to lose tonight, for what they're projecting, we will have to go up and play Traverse City St. Francis and go to them at Thurlby Field. And if we get past that gauntlet, on top of that, we'll have to go all the way up to Menominee again to face them on basically the other side of Wisconsin. Now, if that happens, so right now, if the McBain can seal in these playoff points, we might have an opportunity to host a home playoff game. And also, Fowler's going to make sure they host one as well.
All right, so that's a quick preview of the postseason look for the McBain Ramblers. But let's talk about the Highland Conference. Can you tell us what the postseason preview for the Highland Conference is? Do you know what teams are in, what teams are out, and if there's any that maybe with a little help and a little magic? What do you got for me?
Well, right now, it's very, very obvious. We got McBain and Beale City, obviously both in the playoff picture. We saw that coming a long way back at being the top 2 leaders of this Highland Conference. Everett is probably going to get in. They're sitting there. I think they are at 5-3. They have a good opportunity. Houghton Lake is on the bubble, and I just don't think it's going to happen for Pine River. But Houghton Lake is on the bubble, and they might be able to sneak their way in to that central district.
So Houghton Lake is sitting 4-4 on the season. They have a game against Beaverton. Beaverton, if I remember correctly, is 2-6 on the season. But according to Snooze to You, Beaverton's actually favored. And I'm trying to figure out why. The only thing I can think of is they played some bigger schools.
The one thing I can think of is that Jack Pine Conference right now is actually, for the most part, I won't say it's loaded, but it has some great talent in it. Gladwin is coming up and created a great program. They played Gladwin. They played Harris. They've been very good this year. And they just have a lot of all-around talent, and they play a lot of bigger schools.
And you can't forget about Clare.
Nah, absolutely. You can never forget about the old Clare Pioneers.
All right, so Houghton Lake, they're the ones that need a little bit of extra help tonight to get in, but they do, if with the win, should be in. And then that's where the great debate comes for the seeding here. Snooze to You, if you don't know about this, is a great website. SnoozeToYou.com has something they call Mapology, and they will preview the playoffs, or each week he'll project who's going to be the playoffs. What he does is he has his math formula, and he goes to the state site for playoff points, and he ranks all the teams according to the playoff points for the top 32 to be in the playoffs. Then he breaks them up according to regions, and then every week he will give you a visual map of what the playoffs started right now. This is what I predict it's going to look like. And the debatable point is, which direction does Houghton Lake go to? Because some argue that Houghton Lake would have to stay in the other district. That would be in the same regional than McBain, but they're a little bit further north, and they're on an expressway, so they're a little bit faster trip to Menominee if they have to go that way than McBain. But we're kind of splitting hairs here, and it's going to be interesting to see what the playoffs do end up looking like. How can you find out about that, Trevor? Do you know?
The playoff projection?
Selection show.
Oh, the selection show. Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m. on Fox Detroit. You can watch the actual selection show and see who is going to make it. Once again, Trevor, can you explain how teams make the playoffs and how it's different from when you played?
So it is a little bit different. When I was about 10 years ago, it was basically if you had 6 wins, you were guaranteed in. Now that really doesn't matter as much. It goes by based on opponent and point scoring. With that point scoring, you're able to make it so a team that might be, let's say 3-6, but they played all pretty much Class A schools and they have a tough conference, can still have a very good opportunity to make the playoffs. There was one exception when I was in high school. I remember Detroit Cass Tech. They always went 4-5, but they were Division III, and they were in a league with all Division I schools, Class A. And so them at 4-5, they could always be the 1 seed within their division.
And every year, a 3-6 team does make the playoffs, and it'll be interesting to see what one it will be this year, because they have to do with regions, areas, class size. There's a whole formula, carry the one, and it's as complicated as the Pythagorean theorem, if you know what I mean. Log sine, log cosine, and playoff point projections.
It's all there, Gary, and that's one thing. And we go in for hours on actually how they create all the point selections. I remember, too, also deciding the divisions back in the time. It was the top 32 teams that made it, that had 6 wins, that became Division I. The next 32 teams that made it, that was Division II, and so on and so forth. So you never actually knew what division you were going to fall into. Now that's all pre-spoken for.
All right, we are getting ready for the national anthem here. As a tradition here in McBain, we'll keep it here. I'll do the band. Trevor's got the greatest voice, the Hall of Famer Harv Lucas, as we sing the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare of us bursting in air gave truth through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, nothing gets you fired up like that for high school football. Sorry, I'm a little hot. I jacked it up a little bit for the band. That should be a little bit better. Connor, if I'm off, let me know. So, you're listening to the Pluger pregame show brought to you by Pluger Mechanical. Licensed and insured for all your new installation, HVAC services, and light plumbing. Call Aaron at 231-282-3194.
1 second there, Gary. One thing I do have to add on top of that is Aaron Pluger. I know they're not, he's now the owner of AMP Electrical Services here in McBain as well.
Congratulations, Aaron. Just keep on expanding that empire. That is great news. All right, we're getting ready for the kickoffs and the showdown as we are getting ready to start this game. Trevor Lucky, any last thoughts before we get started? You got an injury report update. Who's hurt that is new for the Ramblers?
So Caleb Miller has been out for a while there, and I missed it. Who else is a little bit dinged up right now?
Henry Boss is not suited up today. Carson Meyering, his cousin, will be coming up from JV and starting at the tackle position. I see Zeke Haverkamp has also been flexed up for tonight's game. There's number 73. We're going to have to pick up who that is. But looks like we're getting ready for football. Ready to kick off will be number 8, Aaron Simon for the Fowler Eagles. Back deep for the Ramblers, number 22, Jacob Hart. It's go time. That was the Pluger Mechanical pregame show. Ball is going to be taken by Lakai Campbell. Campbell's got it to 25-yard line, and he's going to not get very far. He's going to only get to the 30. Brought down on that one by big number 5, Bradley Felposh.
The Fowler Eagles starting off a little bit of a chip shot up the middle. They land that one around the 30-yard line and do not give this McBain special teams unit much room to get the ball to the outside sidelines. They will be down and take control be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And there is an Eagle already down on the field.
Well, we've been going nonstop so far this game, so we're going to take a quick little break. We remind you are listening to WCDY McBain Cadillac Lake City. Score 0-0. We're just getting started. It's the home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is now featuring new healthcare services, including walk-in testing, online appointments for COVID and flu testing, and vaccines. McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is your first and one stop for your family's health. Go to McBainFamilyPharmacy.com to set up your appointment today and see the difference local makes. Proud local supporter of the McBain Ramblers.
Back to action. The good news is the Fowler player is able to get off underneath his own power, limping at first severely, and now he seems to be walking just normal. Hopefully it's just a little stinger, and we love to see him play or back on the field. Here come your Ramblers going left to right on the radio dial, starting on their own 30-yard line in the green pants, green jerseys, pink socks. It's going to be a counter play this time to Max Ealing. Max Ealing's going to find the corner. He's going to find it so much more. It's a great downfield back by Cucci. Ealing to the 30, down to the 20, tackled at the 18-yard line. But there's a flag at the 35. Did you see that?
Yeah, this one's coming back. I don't know if it was on Benny Rodenbaugh. That's kind of an odd one for the quarterback. He came around to make the block on the right side. Made an awesome block, but maybe got a little bit too much in the game.
Well, everybody's walking back. There's no argument on that. The holding penalty against the Ramblers.
In a play that they didn't see coming right off the bat, gets called back on a holding penalty, I believe by the quarterback. I believe that was by Benjamin Rodenbaugh on the outside. And that will lead to be 1st down and 20 to start this one off for the Ramblers.
Well, I didn't catch this early, but Max Ealing is actually going to be starting as your slot back.
Max Ealing, you were off the air last week, but Max Ealing had a phenomenal game for the Ramblers against the Pine River Bucks. I think he actually scored himself a touchdown and had around 40 to 50 yards total offense on the day.
Well, he's going to see if he can repeat that magic against this team. McBain breaks the huddle. Acom sits up on the left-hand side of Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh's going to follow Acom to the line. He is not going to get much. There's not much push there. Maybe a yard on that one, depending where they spot it. That'll make it 2nd down and 19 for the Ramblers.
Rodenbaugh taking the ball into his own hands, going just to the left side off the tackle. He really goes nowhere on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down and around 18 for the Ramblers. Now, this is going to be a great test for the McBain Ramblers, Gary. This Fowler Eagles team, they have been a powerhouse the last 3 to 4 years, and it's a fun to watch McBain go head-to-head against a team of such good caliber.
Rodenbaugh gets the snap, rolls out to the left side. He's looking past, finds a man over the middle. Wide open on that one is Clayton Hooker. Hooker breaks a tackle, gets all the way up to midfield. That would be a Fion 1st down for the McBain Ramblers at the 50-yard line.
Benny Rodenbaugh fakes the handoff on the inside, goes down to the right, kind of sneaks his way down, and hits Clayton Hooker on the slant route right behind the linebackers. That's a huge play for the Ramblers, and that will be a gain of about 25 on the play. And that'll be 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line. And that is something that you really like to see for this McBain offense going into the playoffs, is using the passing game when you have such a weapon like Clayton Hooker.
Yeah, that was Lars Verdeen's favorite play when he played, the tight end dump on that one, or the little drag route. Twins on the far side, Ealing's on the near side. It's going to be given to Acom up the middle. Acom's going to follow Ealing. He's going to find a lot of room as he's going to get a 14-yard gain and another first down for the McBain Ramblers. That's a Fiam first down.
Bryce Acom goes just off tackle on there. He sneaks his way in and has actually made contact right at the line. He was able to find himself 10 on the play.
Ramblers go hurry up offense right now to keep the pace. Once again, they give it to Acom. Acom's going to get another 6 yards, but there's a late flag. I'm hoping for a face mask. What'd you see?
Looks like it came in a little bit high. I'd be surprised if it wasn't a face mask on that one.
Preliminary signal from the official is face mask against the Eagles.
I actually feel a little bit bad for this the Fowler player. All he did was kind of put out his arm, and he did get his face mask. However, Bryce Acom standing at only about 5 foot, probably 5'6" with his cleats on. It's tough not to get a hold of that thing.
Well, they called it as an incidental one, so he gets the 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the McBain Ramblers on the 25-yard line. Here goes McBain, inside handoff to Acom. Acom is going to squirt his way through again for another 5 yards, twisting. We'll give him 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the McBain Ramblers.
Acom slides to the left and goes up the middle on that one, right offside the center. And he gains himself right up the middle at about 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And the McBain Ramblers are driving very well to start off this game.
McBain on their own 21-yard line. I don't know if you noticed this or not, Lucky, but Johnny Sycamore looking up to every single one of the defensive linemen of Fowler. They're all taller than our biggest guy.
That is not something you see often.
And they're Division 8. Rodenball, direct snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to get a piggyback ride, but he's going to ride it close to the first down. And it will be a Fiam first down for the Ramblers.
Just grinding his way to the outside. He was able to find his way off the right side. And that will make a Fiam first down, Gary. And the McBain Ramblers are driving right behind Bryce Acom.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line from the McBain Ramblers. 9:11 left in the first quarter, according to the Hunting Electric scoreboard. Ramblers break the huddle. Empty backfield. Trips on the far side. Slot running back is Max Ealing. It's going to be a jet sweep to Acom. Acom's not going to get much room. Maybe turn it up for 2. 2nd and 8 for the Ramblers.
Acom gets moved out from his backfield position and goes into the slot. He comes and slides across on the sweep to the right, and he gets staggered right at the line. And this Fowler Eagles stopped him right there. Only a gain of 1 yard on the play, and that'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Ramblers. Keep it going. The Ramblers are down around the 15-yard line. It is 0-0 to start this game.
Empty backfield, trips on the far sideline. Acom's in motion, fake it. It's going to be Rodenball. He breaks one-man move, spin move again, dives over to the 2-yard line. I think he thought that was the goal line instead of the extra point line.
Inside the 5-yard.
Benny Rodenball shows off his athletic ability. He takes it himself, goes off the left side, gives a little bit of a shimmy shake, jukes the defender out of his socks, and keeps himself running up the field and jumps for the end zone, but he didn't quite get there. And that'll be 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line. And now you can say I'd say we're out of the maroon zone by a long way now, Gary. This is truly the red zone territory.
Remember, it's Cancer Awareness Month. We actually have a pink out game going tonight, so it's the pink zone, not the maroon zone.
Gotcha.
Direct snap into Rodenball. He calls his own number. He's going to grind and fight. He's going to only get a gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Benjamin Rodenball goes to the left side, but he didn't fool anybody on that one. The Fowler Eagles swallowed him up pretty well on that one. Biggest thing for Benny Rodenball, if you can get him in space and one-on-one, he can beat you all night long. And when you give him a little bit of room for the gang tackle, it gets a little bit tougher.
2nd and 2. Yeah.
All right, McBain. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Acom's going to be in the backfield, sets up on the left-hand side of Rodenball. Acom's going to get the ball up the middle. He is not going to go anywhere as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That will make it 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Linebackers is all I have to say on that one. That was a perfectly executed inside trap. However, both linebackers hammered down to the A-gaps right next to the center and locked that one right up at the goal line. And that one will be 3rd down and 2. Well, goal, but 3rd down and 2 for the Ramblers.
Wyatt Zeiderman comes in for an extra lineman. Acom sets up on the right-hand side. Rodabout's going to follow. Acom puts his head down. He's going to drive it in for a touchdown. Ramblers.
Benny Rodenbaugh showing off his height and his power. He stormed his way in there, but hit a defender, folded over top of him, and that 6'5" body and torso led him the whole way for a Rambler touchdown. And here comes the kicking team.
Thomas Maloney's been outstanding all season long. We're going to see if he can continue his hot streak as he's going to try and put the Ramblers up 7-0. McBain moves on that. That'll move him back 5 yards. That's going to give Maloney, make him think about it.
Now, this makes it a little bit trickier in high school. It's not so much like the pros where you just move them back 5 yards. It doesn't really matter. Every yard counts in high school football when it comes to the point after attempt.
But the way that Maloney's been kicking this year, I trust him moving back 5 yards and trying to get our offense to try and get a 7-yard play.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so once again, going for the extra point. And now let's give it back to the Ramblers as they're going to go 5 yards against Fowler as they come on the hard count. Oh, they're calling on McBain again now. They're going to have to discuss this, but if that's against McBain, that just made the 12-yard, 17-yard extra point.
Now, this one, for a game like this, Gary, every point after attempt makes a humongous difference. So if McBain were to miss this, this could be a huge influence on the whole game because this is going to be a hard-fought battle all the way to the end tonight.
All right, it looks like he's sent up for a 30-yard field goal, and it's only going to be worth 1 point if he can knock it through. Snap, kick, kicks long enough, high enough, and it is good. He could have gone another 10 yards back. He had no problem with that one. So, Huntington Electric scoreboard says with 6:27 left in the first quarter, McBain Ramblers 7, Fowler 0. You're listening to Home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Theom would like to congratulate the girls cross-country team on winning their 3rd consecutive conference title and celebrate the football team finishing conference play undefeated and as conference champs. The girls volleyball team has also killed it in their conference. All of these teams have had outstanding Rambler seasons, and Theom wants to wish you well in the playoffs. It's a great time to be a Rambler.
All right, we're back here in McBain. I want to let you guys know the live streaming of McBain Rambler football is brought to you by McLean Transmission. For anything transmission related and for quality used cars, head on over to McLean Transmission on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. Thomas Maloney getting ready to kick, puts boot the ball. It's going to be a short shot right there about the 40-yard line. Hits on the ground, and it's going to be covered up immediately by Asher Knishkirk.
6-yard line.
Thank you for that nice, easy name. Fowler take over on their own 25-yard line.
Thomas Maloney with a little bit of a sandwich chip shot to the right side of the line. He dropped that thing at the 25-yard line. And the Fowler Eagles were able to jump on top of that. Great special teams unit on that one. Had they missed that one, that would have been a tough one to swallow.
All right, it is the first time for the defense to see this offense. Kurt and Aikman are your linebackers. Inside handoff on this one. Nowhere to go as it's going to be a great group tackle I see on that one. Drew Hamilton and Johnny Sycama as Ford Phillips found no room to run.
The McBain defensive line just swallowed up the offensive line on that one. That was an inside dive play from the Fowler Eagles, and that one was taken care of. Big Johnny Sycama. I know he was looking up to some of them defensive linemen, but he's keeping his pad level low and wreaking havoc here early in the game.
Fowler breaks the huddle. White pants, white jerseys, blue helmet. They run similar formation as the Ramblers. Man in motion is going to be a pitch sweep to the outside. It looks like Phillips is going to try again. But again, great job by the linebacker as Acom slides over after a 2-yard gain. That should be 3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
Bryce Acom slides over in his linebacker position. As Gary said, Wyatt Zeiderbean got that one and made the wide side of the field a little bit smaller on that one, and Bryce Acom came and cleaned him up.
Jacob Hoffman is going to be the quarterback. It's going to drop back, look at the pass, has a man open in the flat right now. It is going to be incomplete as he tried to get that one to Asher Konishik, and it's going to be 4th down in the Ramblers, and the defense has done well so far.
Great looking ball from the Fowler Eagles quarterback. He just led him a little bit too long there into the sidelines, and that'll bring up 4th down for this Fowler Eagle offense, and that will bring in the punting team.
But the quarterback, Jacob Hoffman, is also the punter. Back deep's Jacob Hart. Short little punt right there. It's going to hit at the 38, and it's going to roll. It's going to be down by the Fowler Eagles at the 42. McBain's in business again.
Not so much of a booming punt on that one. Kind of just, again, a little bit of a chip shot, and that one will land on the 40-yard line of McBain Ramblers, and that gives them excellent field position to start this one off, as they'll be starting off at the 43-yard line.
All right, McBain scored on the first possession. See if they can keep it going. Break the huddle. Okay, Ronaball has Acom set up on his right-hand side. Twins on the far side, wide side of the field. Max Ealing on the near side. Brett goes in motion. It's inside handoff to Acom. Acom is going to break one tackle, and he's going to drag a whole bunch of Eagles for Rambler 1st down. That's a big, strong Fiam 1st down.
Bryce Acom taking his 170-pound maybe torso and breaking his way through the line on that one. He was hit at the line, and he was still able to gain 10 yards after the touch.
McBain playing hurry-up football as Rodenball already in motion. He's going to keep it himself, trying to get to the outside, find nothing to do with. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what that's all about.
A little bit of laundry on that one, Gary, but that might be, it was a little bit quick for a holding, might be an illegal procedure.
All right, the officials talking it over. Chop block against the Ramblers. Can you explain what a chop block is?
So at the line within the tackle box, you can actually cut your opponent right at the knees. That is no problem in high school football. However, if you cut them, it has to be a one-on-one matchup. So if there's a cut and there's another guy that folds him over top of somebody, that's instantly a dangerous play, and a chop block will be called. And I think it knocks off about 15 on it. I think that's a very severe penalty in high school football.
All right, McBain is now going to dig themselves out of a hole as they have 1st and 25 after that penalty, but they got 4 downs to fix it. 2 aliens in the backfield. Brett goes in motion. It's going to be a counter play to Max Ealing. This one went big first time. This time, nothing there, as you cannot fool the Fowler Eagles twice on the same play.
Max Ealing gets it on the coming back around to the right side, and he was swallowed up there. Great defensive stand by the Fowler Eagles. They stood right at the line and just watched them come right to them. And that was an easy tackle, the Fowler Eagles.
2nd and 25 for the Ramblers. The ball is on their own 35-yard line. Trying to erase a huge chop block penalty, the only thing that has stopped the momentum of this team so far. All right, Twins on the far side, single on the near side. Jacob Hart's all by himself right over here. It's going to be an inside handoff to Kurt. Kurt is not going to find that much room. He's going to get a gain of 5. The secret weapon did not seem to surprise anyone on that play.
Landon Kurt just gets a quick ball handoff from Benjamin Rodenball and goes up the right side. He went actually not off tackle, outside of the tight end. And he was unable to gain much on that one, but maybe about 3 to 4 on the play. They'll bring up 3rd down and 22 for the McBain Ramblers. And I got a sense here comes a passing play.
Twins on the near side, nobody on the far side. Jacob Hart is your slot back. Rolling out to the far side, looking for that back bubble screen. Rodenball dancing, prancing, finding some room. He's now going to take it up. He's going to get a gain of 6. Nice little run on that, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down marker.
Fowler Eagles sent a blitz off the left side. That one came directly from the film room. A lot of times when Benjamin Rodenball rolls out, he rolls out to his right. They sent a guy to the left, his left side, and to meet him right there in the backfield. Benny Rodenbaugh ended up running for his life on that one, was able to gain a few on the play, however, not enough, and that brings up 4th and 15, and then here comes the punting team. And one thing to look at, Benjamin Rodenbaugh seems to be a little shaken up on the play.
Thomas Maloney's back to punt. Snaps good. Puts boot to ball. Nice little ball up there. Is going to be taken and fumbled on the ground. McBain is going to try and cover it.
The biggest question right now, did he call for fair catch? I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking down there soon enough.
Little debate about what's going on. I think what happened is the back judge saw the ball go into his lap, him go down to his knees, thought he had the ball secured, and so he called him down before McBain could get that loose ball.
Down at the 22-yard line.
That's a tough one. They will have to come together because I believe, the sideline judges who called it down to the initial, and I believe it was potentially an inadvertent whistle. The Whitecap was on the upside of it. He'll be the one that actually makes the call to finalize it.
Well, McBain, I'm trying to figure out. Fowler just got a player off the field for an injury, so McBain took a free timeout, I guess we'll call it. All right, so here's what's happening. It's going to be Fowler's ball on their own 22-yard line. Empty back. Oh, sorry, not an empty backfield. Back in the backfield, they got number 15, Ford Phillips. Got back for a pass. Nice gun in the middle. Rodenbaugh is going to bring him down, but not until he has a 14-yard gain. Complete pass on that one to Nate Spicer.
An absolute dart thrown to Nate Spicer on that way. It was just a little bit of a post route on that one. And he was able to gain about 15 on the play until Benny Rodenbaugh was able to hit him and take him down. One thing Benny Rodenbaugh has to be a little bit conscious of, had he not caught that ball, that is an easy pass interference call for the official. That one was a little bit early.
All right. Once again, Hoffman's going to drop back as a pass. He's going to go look deep down the sideline. He's going to overshoot Lakai Campbell on the coverage. There was not really much of a window for him to drop the bread into the bread basket.
Hoffman, the quarterback for the Fowler Eagles, trying to hold that arm back. He throws an absolute long ball up the right side, trying to get the big play, and overthrew his receiver, and that'll bring down 2nd and 10.
Score 7-0, minute 22 left in the first quarter, according to the Huddigan Electric scoreboard. Ford sets up on the side. Hoffman gets a man in motion. It is going to be a jet sweep on the. Oh, Hoffman's going to keep it, but nothing doing there is he's going to be tackled by Johnny Sycamore.
Johnny Sycamore able to hold him down before he made too much of a second effort. It is 3rd down and 4. Johnny Sycamore brought down their quarterback Hoffman.
On the stop number 50, Jonathan Sycamore.
Big issue for the Ramblers. Jonathan Sycamore lost his helmet and will have to sit out for a play right here. We'll see how much that defensive front can do without him.
All right. Hoffman rolls out to his left. Looking. He's going to drop a pass. Wide open receiver at the 35-yard line. Moves inside. He's going to be tackled from behind on that one by Bryce Akel, but not until he gets a huge first down all the way to the McBain Rambler 20-yard line.
Lapse in coverage about 10 yards down on the left side of the zone. That was Spicer on the outside. He finds his way into the corner and gains himself about 20 yards on the pass. And that'll bring up a fresh set of downs for the Fowler Eagles.
Fowler breaks the huddle there. They're now in the red zone on the 20-yard line. It's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. Direct snap that one to Asher. That's going to be a 9-yard gain on that.
Jacob Hoffman just takes that one up the middle all by himself. Something to look at later on there, Gary. Hoffman actually took that ball by himself. One-handedly snuck it back to the running back that was coming in a jet motion, and nobody really seemed to see it. This might be one on a hurry-up offense. Here it might be coming.
Once again, it's going to be in the hands of Asher. Kanishnik. He's going to get all the way down to the 10-yard line. That should be a first down, but that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, Ramblers 7, Fowlers 0. You're listening to home of the numbers of the you're listening to home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo, and the strength to haul what needs hauling. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get ready for hunting season with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by the Ina store, your Cadillac area Kubota dealer in beautiful downtown Ina.
Welcome to McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, home of the Ramblers and the Gold Star rated Little Wheels preschool program, where the youngest members start strong, surrounded by the care and support they need to thrive. And McBain, we're technology leaders, providing each student with one-to-one Apple devices to power their learning journey. And it's not just about academics. The award-winning band and choir programs let students explore their talents and share their voice. McBain students are taught to feel the wheel. They're welcoming, honest, engaged, empathetic, and leaders who are prepared for their future. McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, where students learn locally and compete globally.
We're back. Fowler has the ball at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a direct snap down one to Dylan Pine. Pine's going to go around the right-hand side. He's going to find a little bit of a hole. Going to increase. Touchdown. Fowler makes the score now 7-6 Ramblers.
Dylan Pine just follows the cavalry on that one. They sent everybody to the right side. They blew that hole wide open. He was able to find his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fowler setting up for their own extra point. Good kick, end over end. I think it is good. So the extra point on that one by Aaron Simon will make the game 7-7 on both teams there.
Well, beginning of the second quarter, something that the McBain Ramblers didn't want to see is a Fowler Eagles score. And then here they go. And here comes the return team.
Hey, we want to remind you that this game is brought to you by many fine sponsors in McBain. Feel free to contact us if you want to join in for the playoffs. Yes, they will be in the playoffs. Thank you to McBain Auto and Truck Center, Boss Design Company, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, McLean Transmission, FIAM, and the McBain Athletics Booster Club. Aaron Simon's getting ready to kick off for the Eagles. Back deep for the Ramblers is number 22, Jacob Hart. 7-7 in the second quarter. Only 5 seconds have ran off the clock. 11:55 left in the first half. Simon approaches, boot the ball. It's going to be end over end, taken again by Lakai Campbell. Campbell gets it at the 28-yard line. Dances not much room as he's only going to get it up to the 34, and that's where the Ramblers take over.
Aaron Simon, the kicker for the Fowler Eagles, set that one right up to Makai Campbell. Just a nice little chip shot to him. Didn't really give Makai Campbell, the Fowler Eagles return team, or special teams unit, did a fantastic job on the play, and they were able to lock it up before anything could be really done. That'll be first down and 10 for the Ramblers on their 35-yard line. And let's see what they can do, and let's hope that that little injury to Benny Rodenball isn't a factor here on this next drive.
Twins on the far side. Ball's basically in the middle. Near side is Aiden Cucci. Acom is your back. Inside half to Acom. Acom is going to find a lot of room, put his shoulder down and run over the linebacker. And then there's a flag thrown on the play. I hope it's not for Acom for being too tough.
I have a hard time believing that the running back is the linebacker is defenseless when the running back comes through the hole. That would be a sad thing to see for the sport. But hopefully we'll see what it finds out.
Preliminary signal from the official, penalty against the Eagles.
That looks to be a face mask against the Fowler Eagles. Thank goodness that was not on Bryce Acom. He just absolutely leveled that linebacker. However, if that's a penalty on him, I don't know what to tell you. And that'll bring up first down and 10 from the 50-yard line for the Ramblers.
McBain on the 50-yard line. It's going to be to Landon Kurt. Kurt's looking for a little bit of room. No room to be found right there as he is going to be stopped immediately. Maybe a loss of a yard on that, and that would be second down and 11 for the Ramblers.
Landon Kirk goes off the right side and gets stopped right there in the hole. Right now, Gary, you can see the difference right now between Bryce Acom and Landon Kirk, and what I think it is just time behind the line of scrimmage. What you're seeing is Bryce Acom is just hitting that hole, and he is just finding a spot and going for it. Landon Kirk is trying to kind of weasel his way, kind of finagle, and like look for that seam because he's always so good at looking for the seam and finding it and hitting the hole. But that's good against the bad teams. But right now, the Fowler Eagles are a very good team,
it's like
and you can't do that.
A wrecking ball versus a finesse player.
Yep.
This could be a counter here to Max Ealing. Ealing's going to try and find the corner. He's going to get there, and finally he's going to get stopped on that one by Jacob Hoffman, the quarterback. Read that, ran 40 yards to track him down and to give him only a gain of 3.
Max Ealing on the play. He was able to get the corner. However, the Fowler Eagles defense hold. They came across. They were actually beaten off the left side, and they came flying, and this linebacker core nailed them there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for the McBain Ramblers.
Jacob Hart checks in the game for Max Ealing. McBain has their passing offense. Acom is still the tailback set up on the right-hand side of Ronaball. Hart in motion. We have a flag on the play. Delay a game against the McBain Ramblers.
Flag on the field. Delay of game, 5 yards marked up against McBain.
They must have been kind of flirting with danger the whole night there. We didn't really notice it, Gary, because that, I mean, nothing against it. It is what it is, but that play just seemed like it didn't take any more time than the other ones.
Weird penalties in week 9.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of weird ones.
2 offsides on the extra point and then a delayed game in week 9.
And that last one there, it was kind of like a holding face mask. I don't really know. It's something I've never seen.
Trips on the far side. Acom sets up on the right-hand side, trip side. Ronaball's going to follow Acom around there. Hart short in the flat. Hart's going to get the 50-yard line, take it all the way down to the 45-yard line. That will be a gain of 8, be 4th and 5 for the Ramblers.
A little bit of pitch and catch from Benny Rodenball out to Jacob Hart. Benny Rodenball goes off the right side and gets to Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart puts on the burners after he gets the ball. However, it was not enough for a 1st down. That'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Ramblers. And we'll see this kind of at that point. Do they go for it or do they try to pin them deep?
9:41 left in the second quarter. Hunting Electric scoreboard 7-7 in this game. Ramblers 4th down and 5. Key play if you're at CMU. Everyone gets out the dorm keys and they shake them. Make sure everyone knows what's going on. Twins on the near sideline. Hart is your slot back. Rodenball's doing a hard count trying to get a free 5 yards. It's not working, so Maloney calls a timeout. With that being said, 7-7 left, or 7-7 is the score. You're listening to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
McLean Transmissions in Lake City services vehicles, foreign and domestic, specializing in transmissions, transfer cases, differentials, high-performance driveline, 4x4s, clutches, and computer diagnostics. For anything transmission and quality used cars, it's McLean Transmissions on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. That's 231-779-1394.
And we're back. Friday night, score 7-7. That break was brought to you by L&J Meat Market. McBain will be going for it. They are in the pink zone at the 45-yard line. Well, just outside the pink zone.
I still think it's kind of green over there, Gary. That's a long ways out.
Father adjusts, try to get McBain to jump. It's going to be Rodenball. Rodenball on his left. He's going to throw a pass over the middle. He's got a man. Jacob Hart catches it over the shoulder. He's down to the 20. Makes another man miss. Dives to the 10-yard line. Huge play. So Jacob Hart makes it all the way down to the 10-yard line on that one.
Benjamin Rodenball on his back foot. He stays in the pocket and flips one right over top. It was a beautifully thrown ball. The defender was all over Jacob Hart. However, it fell right into his hands, and he was able to make his way all the way down to the 10-yard line, where the Ramblers will take the ball, and that'll be 1st and goal for the Ramblers, and a big play right there on 4th down.
35-yard completion on that play. McBain looking to punch it in again. Twins on the near side, short side of the field. Hart's all by himself on the far sideline. It's inside to Acom. Acom finds a little bit of a seam, running with passion on this one. He's going to get it down gain of, let's give him 3 on that one. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line.
Bryce Acom goes just off on the outside of the center on the play, and he was able to make it. The hole widened right up. This linebacking core for the Fowler Eagles swallowed him up there, and he was only able to gain about 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the McBain Ramblers. And let's see if they can punch this one in late in the 2nd quarter. There is 8 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter, and the game is tied at 7.
Landon Kurtz, your tailback now. And this one's going to be to Kurt. Kurt's going to go to the middle. He's going to hit the hole hard. He's going to get it down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3 for the Ramblers. 4-yard gain on that one.
Like I was saying, Landon Kirk, there's just a little bit more to him. He's a larger man, and when he gets himself and hits that hole, he's able to find his way just a little bit extra other than as opposed to Bryce Acom. And he was able to gain about 4 on that play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 or 5, somewhere in there. I just have to look at the marker.
But on that one, it looked like he actually attacked the hole.
Oh, he went right for it. He found the hole, and they told him where to go, and there was no holding back.
McBain sets up heavy on the right-hand side. Ronenball's going to follow the heavy lineup. He's going to dive towards the end zone. Official says, no, you're short by a ball length. It was going to be 4th and goal.
Here comes another crucial play right here. 4th down. It looks like an inch, and it looks like they're going
hurry
to
up offense. They got heavy set up again. Exact same play. Ronenball's going to follow. He's going to try and dive over the top. Gets denied. Goes to the outside. Dives. Touchdown. What an effort by Ronenball.
Benny Ronenball makes a spectacular play on that one. He reached over, went for the Matt Stafford, tried to put his hand underneath the goal line. He was pushed completely out of the box. He went running for the pylon, got himself to the outside, dove in the end zone, and just the nose of the ball touched the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Benjamin Ronenball.
Mark that on your Rambler review because you're going to want to rewatch that play. Maloney now gets ready for the extra point. Hamilton, ball's down, kicks up, kick is good.
A little rushed on that one, not Benjamin Ronenball. Thomas Maloney doesn't get all of it, but is able to get enough of it and shoots an absolute line drive in for the point after the touchdown.
So Huntington Electric scoreboard says it is 14-7 Ramblers, 7:11 left in the 2nd quarter after that Ronenball athletic touchdown. We remind everyone we're going to keep it here, that these games are brought to you by many fine sponsors. We still have room for the playoffs as they will be playing again next Friday. Where, when, we don't know, but we want to thank Ina Store, Wexford Misaki CTC, McBain Rural Agricultural School, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Pluger Mechanical, and Amp Electrical, or is it Pluger Electrical?
It's Amp Electrical, yeah, the new business of Aaron Pluger.
Northern Truck Service and Twisted Cow. That's right. Not only do we bring you the games, but we bring you breaking news as Pluger Mechanical now is the owner of Amp Electrical and Galvanics, no longer is Galvanics. Chad Allen, who also owns McBain Auto and Truck Center and Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, is now the owner of the former Galvanics. It's time to place the ball as Maloney puts boot the ball. He's going to kick it all the way to the 22-yard line. Spicer's going to get that made by Jacob Hart and brought down. Brunick also helped on the tackle. They'll start on their own 31-yard line for Fowler.
Jacob Hart on that one gets all the way down there and is able to tackle him instantly as he catches the ball. A nice little pooch kick there from Thomas Maloney. Jacob Hart right now is a nice little candidate right now for player of the game. I know, hey, Benjamin Ronenball gets all the credit. However, Jacob Hart has made the crucial ones when it counts.
Fowler breaks the huddle. Hoffman's in the shotgun. Inside handoff on that one to Phillips. Phillips is going to get a nice little gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
Number 15, Ford Phillips, an excellent running back on that one. He was able to sneak his way in his hold, slide his hips over, sneak it in the hole again, slide his hips over, and get himself about 5 yards on the carry. He was able to make something out of nothing and brings down 2nd down and 5 for the Fowler Eagles.
It's going to be a reverse to Spicer. Spicer's not going to find anything to do on that one as Lakai Campbell is on the blitz and tackles him immediately for no gain.
Spicer comes all the way down from the right side to the left side, trying to get him a little bit of a counter play, but the defensive ends for McBain on the right side, they were able to hold, and the linebacking crew was able to lock it all up. And that'll bring down 3rd down and 5.
Ford sets up on the left-hand side of Hoffman. Hoffman's going to look back. He's going to go to pass. Got a deep man on the slide. It's going to be batted away by Rodenball. Incomplete pass. It makes it 4th down and 5 from the 35-yard line of Fowler. What are they going to do?
We'll see what happens, Gary. One thing I love about football, it is the game of inches, and on that one, it was the game of a fingertip. Benjamin Rodenball takes away that first down by just getting a hand on it, and that will bring in the punting unit for the Fowler Eagles. It'll be 4th down and about 5 for him.
Jacob Hoffman back to punt. Back deep is Lakai Campbell and Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart's going to take the punt at the 43-yard line. He's got a little bit of space. He's up to the 47-yard line. Return about 10 yards. Ramblers will take over there.
Jacob Hart was able to grab the ball and do a couple shimmy shake moves and find his way an extra 10 yards on the play. He is a phenomenal guy to watch. We saw a big part of him against Madden in the early part of the season. Didn't say his name a ton in the middle, but he has come on very strong when it matters most, getting ready for the playoffs.
It's just nice to have another weapon out there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, everybody's got to stand up. I mean, there has been some injuries as of late, and some of these guys have gotten a lot more time and the ability to show off their skills late in the season.
46-yard line of the Ramblers. Rodenball in the shotgun. Acom set up. It's going to be inside handoff to Acom. Acom is not going to find any room as he's going to be swallowed up immediately on that one. Big 78, Joey Epke with the tackle. 2nd and 10 for the Ramblers.
Joey Epke, he is a large man, and he is a tough one to move. Johnny Sycamore giving everything he can to get him out of the hole. However, he was unable to on that one, and that play was locked up there. And that will bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Ramblers at around the 50. Benjamin Rodenball calls the troops on this one. He brings her back. Ball is snapped and handed off to Bryce Acom. Looks like Benjamin Rodenball keeps it, and he goes off the left side. And he was able to gain about 5 on the play on that one. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Ramblers. Great misdirection on that one. That one fooled me up here in the booth.
Ball's on the 50-yard line for the McBain Ramblers. Hunting Electric scoreboard says 5:06 left in the 2nd quarter. Ramblers are up 14-7. Rodenball's got the play. Comes out to the huddle. Tells the troops what they're going to do. Sets up trips on the far sideline. Once again, McBain's going to have to hurry. They're running low on clock. Rodenball gets the snap, rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it. There's a lot of room up the middle. He's going to spin himself forward down to the 40-yard line for another Fiam 1st down. Nice 12-yard gain.
Huge gain for the Ramblers. They go, like I said, like Gary said, trips right, and Benjamin Rodenball takes this one all by himself. He faked, kind of gave a little bit of a pump fake that brought the secondary out, and he was able to go right up the middle on him, and that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for the Ramblers and move those chains.
Twins on the far. Hart's now setting up as the slot back. Acom is on the left-hand side of Rodenball. It is going to be a counter to Brett Ealing. Ealing is going to try and jump over a player, and he is going to lose a yard, as it was great penetration by the Fowler Eagles, especially Ethan Humphrey.
Ealing on the play tried to do a little bit of a high step on the counter. However, he was actually punished because of it. He goes up in the air and gets absolutely leveled by this Fowler defensive front. And that will bring up 2nd down and a loss of a yard on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the McBain Ramblers.
Empty backfield. Trips on the far side. Hart's in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to Hart. Hart's going to try and find around the corner. He does find the corner, and he slips as he turns to second base. He's going to get gain of 3. That'll make it 3rd down and 7 for the Ramblers.
Jacob Hart went the longest way he could and did all the hard stuff. He just couldn't quite make the corner, and he gets eaten up by the old turf monster on that one and falls down just on the other side of the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the McBain Ramblers.
3:36 left in the 2nd quarter, according to the Huntington Electric scoreboard. Twins on the near side. Slot back is going to be Jacob Hart on the far side, short side. Rodenball rolls back. He's going to throw it right over the middle. It's going to be a clean. Hooker catches it and gets all the way down to the 20-yard line for a big Fiam 1st down.
Man, what a weapon to have. big Clayton Hooker standing at 6'5" and a wingspan that's even bigger. He comes off the outside. Same play as earlier. Benny Rodenball comes off the left side, kind of ducks down behind the line and sends a dart on the slant route. And that's an easy pitch and catch from the senior to the sophomore.
Easy for you. That for me, I thought that was extremely impressive because he threw that ball to the 10th floor, and Hooker's the only one that who's the only one that has an elevator that reaches that floor. Heavy set on the right-hand side. It comes again, follow the heavy set. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a gain of 1, but we'll see what's going on there.
They did let it play off. It looks like hopefully encroachment. They didn't wave it dead, and hopefully this one's in favor of the Ramblers.
All right, as they discuss what it is, here comes the Whitecap. They're going to go against the Ramblers.
Default start on the play. Something that I must have missed on that one. Should have been a false start. Should have been called dead, but nonetheless, that'll bring up first down and 15 for the Ramblers. And we'll see what they can do a little bit deeper to see if they can reach the sticks.
All right. So McBain is deep into the pink zone right now to get the ball. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. They set up heavy lineup on the right-hand side. Rodenbaugh's going to follow the heavy. Nice kickoff block by Ingram. He's got a big seam. He's going to go up the middle for a touchdown. Look for the laundry. Nothing. Touchdown, Rodenbaugh. Ramblers are now up 20-7 against the #1 ranked Fowler Eagles.
Benjamin Rodenbaugh found his way through through the line, and he must have opened the door because instantly he was through there, and 30 yards later, he was finding the end zone.
McBain is putting on a show, one that was not expected, not even from the Rambler faithful, but this team is really showing up against a quality opponent. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick. The kick could have gone 40 yards. That was good for another extra point for the McBain Ramblers, up 21-7 on Fowler with 2:36 left. Hey, we're going to keep it right here. We want to let you know that we have many fine sponsors. We want to give a shout out to McBain Lake City Family Pharmacy, L&J Meat Market, Huntington Electric, Burkholder Family Funeral, Lakeside Ace Hardware, and McBain Hardware, our halftime sponsor. And once again, the home of every Milwaukee product that I own.
Hey, it's a good place to buy them, Gary. We try to have everything for all of our local fans.
You know, being a fisherman, my brother-in-law is really upset that you have not been able to convince Milwaukee to have a battery-operated fillet knife.
You know, I'm sure there's always something in the works. You never know. I think there's potentially well, there was always the push lawnmower. I'm hoping for that zero-turn lawnmower here soon.
You're going to need quite a few batteries for the zero-turn.
Hey, Ergo already makes one. You can, one of the competitor companies, you can mow upwards of 3 acres on one charge. It is a phenomenal piece of equipment.
All right. Maloney gets ready to kick off. He's straight behind the ball 10 yards. That means he's usually aiming for a corner. Boot the ball. He's going to push it down the right-hand side. This one is going to be received by Nate Spicer. Spicer's going to run it up the middle. Nice job by Haverkamp, and he's able to slow him down, and then Hamilton is able to finish the tackle. It will be the Fowler ball at the 36-yard line.
Big play by the Ramblers. One thing that has haunted them pretty much the whole season is taking care of the special teams unit. They have done a fantastic job tonight against this Fowler Eagle special teams of just keeping them at bay. Even when you want to go deep, they're not running one back for a touchdown.
Hoffman is in the shotgun. Twins on the near, twins on the far sideline. He is looking to pass. Throws the sidearm down the sideline. Spicer's going to get it. He's going to get out of bounds. That'll be a first down for Fowler.
Absolutely gorgeous route by Spicer. Spicer does that. He breaks down, turns it, and instantaneously the ball was right there in his hands. When the ball was thrown, he wasn't even looking. The ball just ended up, and that was a great pitch and catch by Jacob Hoffman.
Hoffman, once again, fakes it to Ford. He's going to look deep. Once again, throws on the sideline to his favorite target on that one. That's going to be Asher Kanishik, and that is going to be another first down. Exact same pattern.
Such a weapon right there. That's something that you can see is the difference between good and great when it comes to high school football teams. The route was broken. He trusted his receiver. He threw that one down there and was able to gain a 10-yard gain and just trust that he'd turn and catch that one for him.
First 10 from the 43-yard line on the McBain. Fowler is looking to go deep on this one. Jacob Hart is going to have his hand, and he's going to deflect that one. Incomplete pass. Great defensive play by the Ramblers. He read the guy's eyes and put that arm up over immediately.
Jacob Hart showing off his ability again. They tried to pick on him up there one-on-one, and he was able to tap the ball and knock that one away. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Fowler Eagles. And we are getting close to the end of the first half. There's 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go, and the McBain Ramblers are up 21-7.
Hoffman is going to get signed. McBain does not like what they see. They're going to call a timeout. All right, we got the score 21-7 according to the Huntington Electric scoreboard. 2:41 you said left in the second quarter. This break's going to be brought to you by L&J Meat Market. You listen to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Your tailgating party starts at Lakeside Ace Hardware in Cadillac with all the grills, propane, charcoal, smokers, sauces, rubs, and accessories to make your tailgating get-together a big hit. With grills from the biggest brand names like Traeger and Weber and Blackstone griddles that come in sizes small enough to fit in your camper or big enough to feed the whole team. Visit the helpful hardware folks at Lakeside Ace Hardware, 838 North Mitchell Street, Cadillac's grilling headquarters. Proud to support our local schools and student athletes.
And we are back. Ramblers are up 21-7. Fowler's driving. Snap to Hoffman. Hoffman's going to go into the flat. He's got wide open. Kornishev is going to break it down. He's going to get down to the 10, down to the 5. Kurt's the last man, but he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Fowler. Fast touchdown for the Eagles.
And the Fowler Eagles strike back, and they answer. Benjamin Rodenbaugh was in the secondary. He got tripped up and lost his guy. And the Fowler Eagles were able to do a little bit of a slant route on the outside and lead that one all the way down for the touchdown. And that will lead it. That'll make it 21-13 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go with an extra point attempt coming.
42-yard touchdown pass puts Fowler only down by 1 score. Extra point is up, and they're saying it's good. So Aaron Simon makes it a 21-14 game Ramblers.
21 and the Fowler Eagles 14.
And we will keep it here for that. We want to remind you we are going to have the McBain Hardware halftime show, but we want to let you know we got a great game going on here. Number 3 Division 8 McBain Ramblers versus number 3 Division 7 versus number 1 Division 8 Fowler Eagles. How can you listen to this? Well, live streaming of McBain Rambler football is brought to you by McLean Transmission. For anything transmission related and for quality used cars, head on over to McLean Transmission on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 779-1394. And I don't know what they were thinking last year when they did this, but this is a fantastic tune-up for the playoffs for the McBain Ramblers.
Oh, absolutely. And this is one that you kind of might have had the Fowler Eagles sleeping a little bit. I think they won roughly 49-0 last year at home, and now the McBain Ramblers have been thinking about that the whole time.
Simon puts boot the ball. It's going to be taken by Hart at the 22-yard line. Hart's going to find a room. Oh, he's going to get tripped up. If he could have kept his feet, he would have been gone, but Ramblers will take over on their own 42-yard line.
Hart has been fielding the football today just like a center fielder in baseball. He was able to grab that one and got shot out of a cannon up the middle. And the only thing that got him was a shoestring tackle, a little bit of a nick at the ankles by the kicker, and that one tripped him up, or else that one would have been 6. And that will start be 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line, and this McBain Rambler team offense will take the field.
All right, Max Ealing is going to be your slot back. Akeham's going to be your tailback. Set on the left-hand side of Rodenbaugh. Heavy lineup on the right-hand side. Fake the heavy side, come the opposite side, and it's going to be no gain in that for Benny Rodenbaugh. 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line.
That's a tough one to defend if you're the Fowler Eagles, and they defended it just very, very well. You have an unbalanced line to the right side, and then you bring all your backs to the left side. Just kind of selling out the middle and going for the edges on that one. Led to no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Ramblers. And here comes a timeout. I believe it was called by Fowler.
With 1:41 left in the second quarter, McBain up 21-14. Fowler calls a timeout. This is the NFL. Why would they call a timeout, Trevor?
I don't really know. Well, they're trying to set up for if they they're trying to stop me here and set up. So if they do have to punt it, they can get the ball back and try to get up an easy score before halftime. Make this one 21-21 going into the half.
All right, so sounds like what you're saying is they're trying to save time so they can have one last offensive heave, desperation. Be interesting to see how that comes out. McBain breaks the huddle. We got Twins on the near side. A jumbo heavy lineup set up on, no, it looks like single slot. Ealing on the far side. Acom is your tailback. Baller's going to bring the blitz. Acom's going to get to the side handoff. He gets past the first level. He is going to get a 5-yard gain before it was a perfect textbook tackle on that one by number 9, Asher Konishik.
Big play right there by Bryce Acom. He goes off tackle and finds his way through the line for about 5 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Ramblers. And this is a very crucial first down, no matter what, or very crucial 3rd down. No matter what happens, the Ramblers are looking for this first down just to keep the quarter at bay. A little bit of confusion, it looks like, on the field where Coach Maloney was asking with officials kind of what's going on.
The clock stopped, and Maloney's trying to run out the clock, hoping for the first down right here. So they're going to adjust the time on the clock. So it's going to be 1:40 on the clock in the second quarter. They say another 2 seconds are going to be ran off.
That's something you don't hear in high school football, but like 10-second runoff, that's a Sunday thing.
Clock's running here. Minute 40 left in the second quarter. McBain. Twins on the short side, far side of the field. Kurt is your tailback. It's going to be given to Kurt on the inside. He finds a little bit of space. He's got himself a first down. Stiff arms. He's looking for a whole lot more. He's going to get to the 32-yard line. Ankle tackle saves the touchdown as the quarterback, Jacob Hoffman, for the Fowler Eagles just saved McBain, going up by 2 scores at the end of the quarter.
Everything's a game of inches on that one, Gary. And Landon Kurt did a phenomenal job. He hit the hole, shimmied out, and he made it work all the way down the field. And he was nothing but a shoestring tackle away from a touchdown, where he got tripped up at roughly the 20-yard line, or the 24-yard line.
McBain just got a sideline warning. Officials have to stay out of the way, or the coaches have to stay out of the way of the officials on the sideline. Do you know there's a guy in the NFL who gets paid $100,000 a year and he follows the head coach, and whenever an official comes near him, he just pulls him backwards?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a great position to have if you just want to hang out and watch the game.
Running ball rolls out the left-hand side. He's going to try to flick it over to Brett Ealing. That one's going to be a little bit behind him, broken up on that one by Nate Spicer. That would make it 2nd down and 10 for the Ramblers.
Benny Roadball tries to use his athletic ability on the right side, and he actually did this little kind of the Patrick Mahomes little flip pass out the outside and was unable to hit the mark.
Minute 9 left. McBain has 3 downs left. The Fowler's not going to try and stop the clock. They want to keep it only 1-score game. McBain looking to see if they can get a little bit closer here and put another score on there. It is going to be a counter to Hart. Hart's following running ball. He's got a key there. What about the big block? Hart is going to once again get a huge gain all the way down to the 18-yard line. McBain's rushing to the line.
A little bit of a counter play off the right side, and then Benny Rodenball is actually the lead blocker for Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart goes down the right side, and he was able to gain that first down, be 1st down and 10 for the Ramblers at the 25-yard line.
Twins on the far side, short side. Rodenball's your slot receiver. It's going to be the Landon Kurt. Kurt's going to try and bounce it outside. He tries to juke man. Great defense there as he's going to lose a yard as he cannot fake out Asher Konishik.
Kurt trying to do a little bit of dance on the outside. It helped him earlier, but it did not help him on that one. And here comes the clock as a factor. It is ticking down, and there's 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Twins on the far side, wide side. Hart your slot back. It's going to be Rodenball running out to his right. He's looking for a receiver, can't find anyone. He's going to run the corner. He's going to get sacked on that for a loss of 3 yards. And McBain calls a timeout.
Connor Katrick on that play for the Fowler Eagles, the defensive end, giving it everything he could on the outside, making an absolutely phenomenal play, fighting through Bryce Aikman and finding his way to get a shoestring tackle on Benjamin Rodenball. That'll be a tackle for loss and bring up 3rd down and 14 for the Ramblers. And there's 15 seconds to go in the half. The McBain Ramblers lead 21-14, and a timeout has been called.
Looking at that second extra point that Maloney had where they were pushed back 10 additional yards, would you think of possibly going for a field goal in this position?
I know Thomas Maloney can do it. It's just all how you hit it. That was the number one thing, Gary. We talked about both PAT attempts. One was a line drive shot. He didn't quite get all of it. And the other one, that one long ball that he hit, he actually hit it just like a baseball player hits a home run. It came off his foot perfectly and was gone.
Well, it's 41 yards for a field goal from this place. We have not seen a high school kid do that ever.
It's been a long time. Could he do it if he hits it correctly? Yeah. And the only thing is, has he had enough live reps at that distance? I would say no, but hey, you never know what'll happen.
All right, here we go. McBain sets up heavy on the right-hand side. Ronaball's going to fake the heavy. He's going to throw a pass over the middle. He's got Brent Ealing. He's just going to lead him too far. And it looks like they are going to go for the field goal.
That one's a heartbreaker. They had the little inside slant. Brett Ealing finds his way all the way down the left side and was a little bit short on the pass. And that will bring up 4th down and 14 for the McBain Ramblers.
40-yard field goal for Maloney on this one. Hunting Electric scoreboard says 11 seconds left in the first half. Snaps down, holds good. Kick is up, it is long enough. Oh, it's short. And it will be
just a bit outside. I think it was a little bit to the left and it was a little bit short. I thought he had the kick. However, it was not enough. And that will lead to a turnover on downs with a chance this Fowler Eagles. They have 10 seconds to go. And I think here comes a heave and a Hail Mary.
Well, in high school, I don't put, that's right. A high school, a field goal is just like a punt. It's at the 20-yard line because it went into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Whew. You got me on that one, Gary.
I just learned that this week, that in high school, you could actually attempt a field goal. Well, now they move it up to the 25-yard line. But I thought in high school, there was a weird rule that a field goal is the same as a punt.
You can tell it doesn't happen.
And that's what happened.
Because nobody knows.
Because there was a team where they decided they were going to do the field goal attempt from their own 25-yard line. And the other team was so confused, they didn't put a man back, and he let it roll just like a punt.
Is it one of those glitches like the Oregon-Ohio State glitch where it's going to get banned about next week?
Well, no, they just said for high school. I mean, it's not college, obviously, or the pros. Prevent defense for the Ramblers, and Fowler's just going to take the knee. So that will be a reminder. You are listening to WCDY, McBain, Cadillac, Lake City, as we are now at halftime. McBain Ramblers are up 21-14. We are going to give you a break brought to you by L&J Meat Market. Throw it back to Connor. You are listening to Home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of McBain High School. CTC is the place to be. L&J Meat Market is just about the closest you can get to farm-to-table dining. Fill your freezer and fire up the grill with the exceptional taste and quality that only locally sourced meat can provide. Meat from L&J is carefully processed and prepared to be the freshest and most flavorful you'll taste. And L&J is committed to supporting local farmers. Buy by the pound or fill your freezer with money-saving beef, chicken, or sampler bundles and eat for months on end. L&J Meat Market is a proud supporter of McBain Ramblers Sports, Maury Road, just south of Lake City. Big time service, small town care. That's what you can expect at McBain Auto and Truck Center, your one-stop shop for automotive repair, auto parts, and quality affordable used vehicles. Master certified technicians can take care of any automotive service needs, including the area's best warranty on parts and labor, with a great selection of affordable rust-free vehicles with financing for all and a hometown parts store. Give your local auto business a call today, 231-825-2729, to see how they can help you. Open Monday through Friday from 8 till 5:30. McBain Auto and Truck Center.
Hey, Northern Michigan. Rich Smulligan here from the Ina store in beautiful downtown Ina. Fall is particularly beautiful here in Ina, but we all know what follows it. Right now, it's time to prepare for all that snow with a new Boss snowplow for your truck or utility vehicle. You'll be ready to restore order to your driveway or parking lot with a new Michigan-made Boss snowplow. Call us today at the Ina store, your Cadillac area Boss plow dealer, for a great preseason deal before winter hits.
Theom would like to congratulate the girls cross-country team on winning their third consecutive conference title and celebrate the football team, finishing conference play undefeated and as conference champs. The girls volleyball team has also killed it in their conference. All of these teams have had outstanding Rambler seasons, and Theom wants to wish you well in the playoffs. It's a great time to be a Rambler.
A record-shattering performance on the cross-country course in the UP, and a near miss at a record 4 straight individual golf titles. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. A perfect weekend of weather for the MHSAA's Lower Peninsula Girls Golf Finals, and there were some standout performances to recap. In Division 1, Northville cruised to its 5th team title in the last 8 years. The Mustangs finished 44 shots clear of second place Caledonia. Okemos senior Elena Lee brought home medalist honors. In Division 2, Farmington Hills Mercy won its 3rd straight title. Dexter was second. Dexter was led by junior Avery Manning, who shot a tourney best 141 to capture medalist honors. In Division 3, Grand Rapids Catholic Central repeats as team champions. The Cougars easily outpaced second place Detroit Country Day. Lillian O'Grady of Grand Rapids Christian finished atop the individual leaderboard. And in Division 4, Kalamazoo Christian won its first ever girls golf championship. Traverse City St. Francis senior Grace Slocum earned medalist honors. Mia Melendez of Ann Arbor Green Hills was trying to become the first Lower Peninsula golfer to win 4 straight individual titles, but finishes 3rd after 3 straight state championships. For more on a great final weekend on the course, please check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. Fowler running back Ford Phillips, 8 of his 14 carries were for touchdowns, and he ran for a total of 310 yards in a win over Langsburg. Frankenmuth Logan Diener, he scored the game-winning touchdown in a victory over Freeland. The win gives the Eagles 66 straight conference wins and a 13th straight Tri-Valley Conference title. And Jackson Bagwell of Climax Scots, his touchdown run with a minute left propelled the Panthers over Mendon 46-44 in 8-player action.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We've got a volleyball question for you today. At the moment of the serve, which statement is not true? All players, including the libero, should be in the correct serving order. All players, including the libero, are not required to be in the correct serving order. No player other than the server may have any part of the body touching the floor outside of the boundary lines. All players except the server shall be within the team's playing court and boundary lines. If you said, all players, including the libero, are not required to be in the correct serving order, you are correct. At the moment of the serve, all players must be in the correct serving order, and only the server can be outside of the playing court and boundary lines.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. In the Upper Peninsula, the UP Cross Country Finals were held in Munising. On the girls' side, Trout Creek won its first ever title in Division III. In Division II, Hancock won for the fourth straight time, and Marquette won in Division I for the third straight year. On the boys' side, Engadine won its very first cross-country championship in Division III. Painesdale Jeffers won a fourth straight title in Division II, and Marquette won a sixth straight team title in Division I. But the story of the day belonged to Sault Ste. Marie's Gabe Litzner. The junior turned in a UP Finals all-class division record, running the course in just under 15 minutes, 15 seconds, shattering the previous record by 35 seconds. That helped his team to a second-place finish in Division I. For more on all of the cross-country action north of the bridge, check out MHSAA.com. We'll have coverage of all four divisions of the tennis championships next week. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
McBain Transmissions in Lake City services vehicles, foreign and domestic, specializing in transmissions, transfer cases, differentials, high-performance driveline, 4x4s, clutches, and computer diagnostics. For anything transmission and quality used cars, it's McBain Transmissions on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. That's 231-779-1394.
Ladies, get ready for Lakeside Ace Hardware's biggest event of the year. Ladies' Night is always packed with hands-on projects, games, cooking demos, and great deals. Factory reps from Benjamin Moore Paints, Weber Grills, and Ego Outdoor Power Equipment are on site and ready to answer your questions. Enjoy snacks, wine tasting, door prizes, giveaways, and some of the best deals of the year. Follow the Facebook page for more details. Don't miss Ladies' Night November 6th at Lakeside Ace Hardware, Mitchell Street in Cadillac.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of McBain High School. CTC is the place to be. L&J Meat Market is just about the closest you can get to farm-to-table dining. Fill your freezer and fire up the grill with the exceptional taste and quality that only locally sourced meat can provide. Meat from L&J is carefully processed and prepared to be the freshest and most flavorful you'll taste. And L&J is committed to supporting local farmers. Buy by the pound or fill your freezer with money-saving beef, chicken, or sampler bundles and eat for months on end. L&J Meat Market is a proud supporter of McBain Ramblers Sports. Maury Road, just south of Lake City. Big-time service, small-town care. That's what you can expect at McBain Auto and Truck Center, your one-stop shop for automotive repair, auto parts, and quality affordable used vehicles. Master-certified technicians can take care of any automotive service needs, including the area's best warranty on parts and labor, with a great selection of affordable rust-free vehicles with financing for all and a hometown parts store. Give your local auto business a call today, 231-825-2729, to see how they can help you. Open Monday through Friday from 8 till 5:30. McBain Auto and Truck Center.
Hey, Northern Michigan. Rich Smulligan here from the Ina store in beautiful downtown Ina. Fall is particularly beautiful here in Ina, but we all know what follows it. Right now, it's time to prepare for all that snow with a new Boss snowplow for your truck or utility vehicle. You'll be ready to restore order to your driveway or parking lot with a new Michigan-made Boss snowplow. Call us today at the Ina store. your Cadillac area Boss Plow dealer, for a great preseason deal before winter hits.
For the marching band, so that's an awesome thing to see. We are having a big night here as the McBain Ramblers, the number 3 ranked in Division 7 McBain Ramblers, I love saying that, are up 21 over the number 1 ranked Division 8 Fowler Eagles, 14. This is Gary Hawkeye Van. I'm joined by Trevor Ludke. Back in the studio is Connor Hammond. We are now bringing you the McBain Hardware halftime show. You know, I'm a little bit out of breath because I'm helping out the concession stand real quick, but I was walking and I was just seeing a sea of little mini red lights right on the left chest. You know what that is?
The old Milwaukee red lights, man. Everybody's been ready to use them. It hasn't actually been that cold this year. However, when you need them, they're there for you and keep you just really enjoying every part of the football game.
Now, I was looking there for a Christmas gift for my wife, and I guess you have battery-operated heated vests, women's cut even.
Women's cut, absolutely.
Wow.
Well, you know, the thing in fashion, guys can just wear the straight boot cut. Women want something a little bit more form-fitting, and Milwaukee delivered with that and offering the women's vest.
All right, so hey, you know what? It's not Milwaukee heated clothing, not just for men anymore. McBain Hardware brings you the halftime show. Stop by, see Ron, Trevor, Tyler for all your hardware needs. As my brother-in-law likes to tell you, if McBain Hardware doesn't have it, then you probably just don't need it. Oh, can you bring us back to speed of what happened in that first half?
Well, there was a lot to happen in the first half. There's some big plays there. Started out with a few great plays by Benjamin Rodenball, find his way down the field on a small slant route, making his way to a touchdown to Clayton Hooker. He was also able to find his way and just open the door and hit himself for a 40-yard pickup and a touchdown for himself. But the Fowler Eagles bounced back. They were able to hit a deep long ball, and score a touchdown for 2 touchdowns themselves. So we'll go right down.
So that's 42-yard touchdown by Fowler to make the score 21-14. Sorry. Give me the Northern Truck Service deep dive into the statistics there for us.
So McBain going on 33 rushing attempts for 160 yards. They were connecting on 4 passes. However, all 4 of those passes were huge for the McBain Ramblers, gaining up 90 yards and 2 touchdown scores all on them. Also, the biggest number for both the Fowler Eagles and the McBain Ramblers is perfect football and 0 turnovers in this battle. But hey, there's nothing stopping the Fowler Eagles from coming down the field. They showed really quickly that they can score whenever they really at will if they want to.
All right, give us a little summary of the individual stats for the first half.
Benjamin Rodenball passing, going 4 for 6 for 90 yards. Jacob Hart, the big wide receiver, running the ball. He had 2 catches for 43 yards. And then also Bryce Acom carrying this whole McBain offense with 10 rushes for 49 yards and plowing his way up the middle of the field and gaining about 4 first downs for the McBain Ramblers.
All right, that was the Northern Truck Service deep dive into the statistics. Northern Truck Service helps us bring us the starting lineup, because Northern Truck Service, for your diesel engine needs, add Northern Truck Service to your starting lineup. All right, so McBain is back. You know, last time you and I did a game together, you made a comment that McBain doesn't really do well with adjustments, and yet they came back in the second half against Everett, completely changing their defensive philosophy, and was able to put that game away. What kind of adjustments do you think they might be looking at right now?
The biggest adjustment right now is bend but don't break. We're doing a phenomenal job holding this Fowler defense at the line. However, a great arm from the quarterback and Jacob Hoffman for the Fowler Eagles is going to make it tough. Him and Nate Spicer have something together, and they can really make plays happen. Also, Asher Kanushkiak, I don't know if I'm saying that right, they also run amazing routes. The number one thing is keep in front of those guys, and when they're running those amazing routes, if we can jump them, but you better know if you're going to jump in front of them and get that interception, you better come up with the interception, because if you don't, it's going to be a touchdown.
All right, that is an interesting analysis of what's going on in the
second half for the McBain Ramblers. Once again, I want to let you know this halftime show is brought to you by the fine folks at McBain Hardware. Stop by and see Ron or Tyler. Trevor's also there for all your hardware needs. Bringing you now propane, and a great resource in the town of McBain. We know there's a senior class that uses it when they run their concessions here in McBain. And it's just high quality products, high quality people that will always treat you right. And my absolute favorite part about going to McBain Hardware is a little testimony, is I'll go there and they already know what project I've been working on, and they can go ahead and start telling me what products I should be doing. And they're so good, they already know what I'm going to screw up on, and so they make sure I buy 2 of them and tell me I can return one. But they realize I won't, because I'll have to use both because I'll screw up the first time, like on the seal for the toilet.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Gary. Some things, for a guy to do right the first time is extremely tricky. There's a lot of tools out there. That's why there are professionals in the industry that will help you take care of that. But for the do-it-yourselfers, sometimes you just got to buy 2 of them.
Sometimes. That's me. Twofer. Anyways, McBain Hardware, as my brother-in-law likes to say, if they don't have it, then you probably don't need it. So I was doing a little research for this about the Father program. I don't know if you knew this or not, but last year they went undefeated during the regular season, and then they lost their very first game in the playoffs to Ithaca by 1 point. Ithaca is now a Division VII powerhouse, and I think they lead the state in playoff points.
Well, I don't know if they do. I'm sure they do. Ithaca has been known for great football for about 15 years now.
But on Max Preps, they actually do a predictor, and they'll take what the average score per quarters and stuff like that, and they have a prediction of who's going to win the game. I found this very interesting. Father averages 42.6 points per game. What do you think McBain averages?
I would say they'd have to average around, well, probably around 42.5.
Father averages 0.1 point more per game than the McBain Ramblers. Now, obviously, that's a season average. There is not a 0.1 play. But it'll be interesting to see as we're going to get ready for second half action as McBain is put in a circle of Rambler Jacks and getting ready for their final warm-up at this half time. We're going to get ready for second half action. You've been listening to the home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Theom would like to congratulate the girls cross-country team on winning their 3rd consecutive conference title and celebrate the football team finishing conference play undefeated and as conference champs. The girls volleyball team has also killed it in their conference. All of these teams have had outstanding Rambler seasons, and Theom wants to wish you well in the playoffs. It's a great time to be a Rambler.
And we're back, getting ready for second time action. Just coming over from our sister station, Freeland is up 14-0 on the Cadillac Vikings. Cadillac needs to win this game to get into the playoffs, and we'll see if they are able to pull it off. McBain's getting ready for second half action. You've just been listening to the McBain Hardware halftime show. McBain Hardware, long-time, proud-time sponsors of the McBain Ramblers, as McBain will be kicking off to Fowler. It looks like Fowler is going to be receiving on the south end of the field. McBain will be kicking from left to right on your radio dial.
So
they're flipping them.
Yeah, it looks like there'll be a little bit of confusion on the field, but we'll see how it goes. And this is going to be a crucial drive for the Fowler Eagles, and actually the McBain Ramblers for that matter. This will be the big deciding factor. Do we tie this game up, or is there potential for McBain to draw this one away? And we'll see what happens going into the second half, as Thomas Maloney is now grabbing the football from the official and getting ready to kick this one off.
This has been a dogfight between the two teams, and you do not want to miss any of the action. McBain's up 21-14, but they'll be giving the ball to the Fowler. Fowler scored their last possession. Well, they had a kneel down on the missed extra point / punt, which was a brand new rule that most people didn't realize. So Thomas Maloney getting ready to kick off. I like to call who the deep man is, but I'm not sure it really matters. In the upper right corner is Asher Knishik in the second level. And Maloney proceeds to kick it to Asher Knishik. Knishik takes it at the 11-yard line. He got the hole up the middle, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought down on Jacob Hart with a great tackle, finished off by Brett Ealing.
Thomas Maloney taking one a little bit, just a little different than the normal McBain Ramblers kickoff team. Thomas Maloney usually is doing little chip shots at players. He puts a big shot into one, goes over top of Asher Knishik. However, he was able to do the overhand catch on that one at about the 10-yard line and bring it up where they will start. It'll be the 1st and 10 from the 25.
All right. Twins on the far, twins on the near. It's going to be up the middle to Ford. Ford is going to spin his way for a first down and a whole lot more as he gets all the way up to the 45-yard line. Big run on that one by Ford Phillips. First down for the Fowler Eagles.
Ford Phillips and the Fowler Eagles coming out strong out of halftime. That hole was wide open. He was just able to power his way in there. And when he gets out in open space, Ford Phillips is a tough man to stop. And that was an easy first down for the Fowler Eagles. And here comes down 1st and 10 for the Fowler Eagles.
Same formation. They're going left to right. White uniforms. Ford Phillips goes up the middle, but he's going to be grabbed by big Johnny Sycamore. When Johnny Sycamore gets a paw on you, you ain't going nowhere. And he did it for a loss of a yard on that one.
That is one place you do not want to run at. Johnny Sycamore stuffs that offensive guard and the offensive tackle off the double team. He gets his hand on the running back and brings them all down himself, and that'll bring up a stop. And 2nd down and 10.
What kind of play is that for Johnny Sycamore to be engaged with 2 blockers and sneak a hand between both of them to grab the running back and stop him in his tracks?
Sometimes you're just more manly. That's just kind of what it comes down to. Sometimes you're just more of a man than the opposing player.
All right. Twins on the near, twins on the far. Fake to Phillips, and it's going to be Hoffman. Hoffman's got a man in the middle, and he's going to be an incomplete pass covered on that one by Colton Haverkamp.
Great play by Hoffman on that one. He sends one over the middle. However, it was incomplete by a fingertip on that one. One thing to watch if you're the McBain Ramblers, keeping their defense taken care of on all the passing coverages. There was about 3 men within reason open on the play.
10:40 left in the 3rd quarter, according to the Huntington Electric scoreboard. Rams are up 21-14. Fowler has the ball on the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 10 for Fowler. Hoffman is going to drop back. Going to find a man in the flat. Man's going to fall down and get back up. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
Like I said on that one, Gary, that one came from the guys up here in the booth. There was an easy out route on that one that was wide open the play before. McBain Ramblers were able to do an adjustment going into their own sidelines, and just a little bit of a slip up by the Fowler Eagles was able to make that ball incomplete as well, and that'll be 4th down and 10.
Quarterback Jacob Hoffman gets back to punt. Back deep for the Ramblers is Lakai Campbell and Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart's going to take the punt. He's going to grab it at the 30-yard line and be tackled almost immediately on that one by Nate Spicer. Ramblers 1st and 10 from the 34.
Gary, it takes a lot to scare me up in the booth, but however, that ball was coming down just like a drill bit from the McBain Hardware. How do you like that? Coming straight down. Jacob Hart able to grab that one and hold on to it and get hit immediately. And that'll be 1st down and 10. And the McBain Ramblers will start their first offensive drive here of the 2nd half.
That is why he is the best color man in the business.
You just try to paint a picture sometimes.
Max Ealing is your slot back. Acom is your tailback. Ronaball is going to follow Acom through on the left-hand side. Slips for a loss of a yard that will make it 2nd down and 11 for the Ramblers.
This is one thing to worry about as the McBain Rambler offense. This defensive line for the Fowler Eagles has been swapping in some players all day long, and they are a lot of big, large men up there. They're taking care of the line back to back to back, where a lot of the McBain Ramblers are playing both ways, and that one might become a factor as we go further into the game.
Yeah, can the Ironman Ramblers hold up to the fresher legs of the Fowler Eagles? Great storyline there. Twins on the far side, short side of the field. We got another flag on the play.
Looks like somebody might have rolled out of their stance a little bit early on that one, and we'll get the call. Looks like, encroachment.
play marked off against the Eagles.
3-5 yards from the McBain Ramblers. That'll make a 2nd down and 6 as is encroachment on the Fowler Eagles. Ramblers break the huddle. Twins on the far side, short side of the field. Max Ealing's your slot back. Acom is your tailback. Handoff to Acom up in the middle. Acom is not going to find anywhere to go as that is great defensive penetration. And that one is the man-child, Trevor Spicer, the junior, comes in and tackles him for no gain.
Bryce Acom trying to give it everything he has on that outside. However, there was no hole to be had. Offensive line got folded on the outside, on the left side off tackle, and that'll bring up a loss on the play and 3rd down and 7 for the McBain Ramblers.
Two heavyweight fighters trading punches in this one, seeing who can still have legs left at the end. Ramblers, twin on the far sideline. Rodenball rolls out to the far side. He's looking to pass. He's going to be a flush shot. He's going to slip, and he's going to hit the ground. And it's going to be a loss of 6. We're going to call it a sack. But that's a big play because it's going to make it 4th down and no chance to go for it.
On that one, tough play for this offensive line. They just got swallowed up by this Fowler defensive line. Great play by Benjamin Rodenball. He did slip, but also it was, I'm going to go down. He had 2 large men coming at him full bore, ready to take him to the turf. And he got away with that one without any injury.
This fall weather's made the field a little bit damper than what they're used to. As Maloney's back to punt. Good kick. It's going to be end over end. It's going to hit at the 40-yard line and check up. Jacob Hart's going to touch it, and then Acom's going to swallow it up because even though Hart touched it, it's still a live ball. And Acom made sure that the defensive back didn't try and do something trickerationally and run that.
Well, and after 2 offensive drive, or after 1 and 1 offensive drives from both teams, nothing has came to the conclusion, and it is 21-14, still in favor of the McBain Ramblers with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And here comes this Fowler Eagle offense to start their 2nd drive of the 2nd half.
Ball's on the near side of the field. Fowler going left to right, setting up trips on the far side. Single man on the near side. Trips sets up as a slot back. This is going to go to Ford Phillips. Phillips is going to get a gain of 2 before he's brought down on that one. Great job on the read on that one as we got Jagger Corliss on the tackle.
Phillips on the quick, easy pitch to the outside, and he just tries to hit on the afterburners and get to the corner. He did cut it up, and he was able to gain about 3 on the play, and that brings up 2nd down and 7.
Fowler brings it to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 7. Twins on the near, twins on the far, balls in the middle line. Hoffman is going to look for that little open slot. He's got a man wide open deep, and he just overthrows him as 4 men collapsed on the out pattern, leaving wide open Ben Cohagen, and just could not deliver it to him. McBain dodged a bullet on that one.
That will be one that will haunt Jacob Hoffman tonight if the Fowler Eagles are unable to come out with a victory tonight. That one was wide open, and he had a little bit of a pump fake into the out route that was on the inside of the field, and he went deep after that. And all the McBain Ramblers were fooled on that one. Hopefully it's fool me once and not fool me twice.
Twins on the near, twins on the far side. Jacob Hoffman rolls out to the right-hand side. Looking. Going to be taken by Sycamore. He's going to dump it off to an offensive lineman. And they are going to wait to see what's going to happen on this one.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but there should be some laundry on the field. There was offensive lineman 5-10 yards down the field on that one.
Well, it's completed to number 51.
Oh, yeah, I didn't look at that.
So that one was going to be completed to Louis Smith, so I didn't see if Louis Smith checked in.
It doesn't matter in high school. He's 51. Even if he was the open guy on the outside, he's got the wrong number. He's got to change his number.
The officials are talking this over. There is a flag in the backfield. Also, here comes the white cap. I'm anticipating outside penalties.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Lost it down.
Big stop for McBain, as that is going to be a penalty and a loss of down.
And that'll make it 4th down, and then it looks like here comes the punting team for the Fowler Eagles. And it is 4th down and 14 for the Fowler Eagles.
All right, so McBain, with the aid of an illegal man downfield, stops the Fowler Eagles on this one. Hoffman puts boot to ball. It's a short kick, and they're going to fire. Hart takes it off one bounce, and he drops the ball. It's going to be recovered by the Eagles. There's your first turnover. Fowler first down at the McBain 26-yard line.
Oh, Jacob Hart. That one hurts me. You've had such a great game. That one you had called off yourself as a fire call to get away from the punt. It goes right up into your lap, and you just couldn't bring her down. But I'm sorry for that one. But that will bring up the first turnover of this ball game, and that'll give the Fowler Eagles a huge boost of momentum, and that'll be 1st down and 10 from the 37, and they are in Rambler territory.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. Hoffman is going to get a big gain. He's going to get it all the way down to the 19-yard line.
Inside the 20-yard line to about the 19.
Hoffman takes it all by himself and makes his way behind a full line of blockers, able to gain about 8 on the play.
Lakai Campbell on the tackle on that one. Quarterback keeper again up the middle. He's going to be taken down by Johnny Sycamore and Jacob Hart, but it's going to be a first down for the Fowler Eagles.
This is what we haven't seen from the Fowler Eagles. They're just trying to hammer it down and go right at this McBain defensive front. And they are being successful here early in the second half.
McBain needs to stiffen up on this defense. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Fowler deep in McBain territory. He's made a counter on this one to Asher Knish. Knish is going to be taken by Jacob Hart, but not until he gets another first down for the Eagles.
A setup play for the Fowler Eagles. Give it to your number 1 guy, Jacob Hoffman. Hammer him to the right, hammer him to the right, hammer him to the right, and then here comes the swing back coming all the way around the left side, and he was able to gain a big chunk of yardage on that one. That'll lead to 2nd down and 1, and they are knocking at the door trying to tie this one up.
New quarterback in there, it looks like. It is going to be Kurnish, and he's going to try and do a direct snap on the Wildcat formation, gain of 2. And it is going to be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
So fresh set of downs from the Fowler Eagles, and it is 1st down and goal. There is 5 minutes and 46 seconds and ticking down here in the 3rd quarter. And as of right now, McBain leads 21-14. However, the Fowler Eagles are knocking at the door.
Wildcat formation again in the shotgun is going to be Asher Kanishik. Kanishik's going to take the direct snap, look for the corner. He's going to walk it in for a Fowler touchdown.
Touchdown, Eagles.
First turnover of the game, and the Eagles make McBain pay.
To beat a team like the Fowler Eagles, you have to play perfect football. Both teams have been doing that the whole game. Those one little mistakes, those are those little things that'll change the game from going in your favor or keeping them back in the game. Hopefully McBain can keep her going and drive this one into late in the second half.
Aaron Simon back to kick the extra point for the Eagles. There's the snap. There's the hold. No good. McBain keeps the lead 21-20. Honeygill Electric scoreboard. 5:26 left in the 3rd quarter. You listen to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
McBain Schools thanks the entire community for your unwavering support of your students' education and the passing of our bond and sinking fund initiatives. Your generosity has led to significant improvements, including a new track, secure entries, a new middle school gym floor, maintaining one-to-one technology, new buses, and more. This is just the start, as your contributions will continue to fund countless projects in the future. Your commitment to McBain Schools is inspiring. McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, where students learn locally and compete globally.
And we are back, and we are in a tight one. McBain up 21-20. The difference is a missed extra point as McBain just fumbled the ball away. Fowler capitalizes on that for the only score of this half. Getting ready to kick off. Aaron Simon back deep. Jacob Hart. Simon puts boot to ball, and Bryce Akeham's going to take it, tosses it to Hart. Hart's going to cut through and get all the way up to the 38-yard line, but there is a flag on the play, way behind the play.
I love the confidence by Bryce Akeham, but holy smokes, that one scared me up here, Gary. He was able to flip the ball back to Jacob Hart, and he was very close to defenders on that one. But there is a flag on the play, and we'll see if this one's coming back.
33-yard line. 38.
Call holding against the Ramblers. That's going to move it back 10 yards, but the good news is it's going to be first down and 10 for the Ramblers.
First and 10 for McBain.
Yeah, I see. Hey, the McBain Ramblers are playing with some confidence right now. However, right now, ball security is everything, especially this deep in your own territory. Next time, maybe just hold on to that one, and maybe next time they'll flip it back and it'll be a touch, and I'll be eating my words. But, man, right now, there's no room for mistakes.
Heavy lineup on the wide side, near side of the field. McBain's going right to left on your radio dial. Rodenbaugh's going to follow the heavy lineup. He's got great blocks there by Akeham and by Johnny Sigma. He breaks a couple tackles. He's all the way up to the 50-yard line. It's now a foot waste. He's down to the 20-yard line. He cuts back in, and it's going to be grabbed and thrown down, but a great tackle by number 78, Joey Epke, but a huge play for the Ramblers to get themselves fired up again.
Benny Rodenbaugh had the whole cavalry on the left side. They came and they were just blocking people. He did a little bit of a shimmy shake move and made his way all the way down the sideline. Only one guy to beat who had the angle, and he was able to stop him there. And that will lead to a first down and 10 for the Ramblers. And the ball is set roughly on the 19-yard line.
I'm going to call Johnny Sigma the garbage man because he was throwing the white jerseys aside like trash bags. One here, throw it aside. One there, throw it aside. Outstanding. Heavy set up on the right-hand side. Rodenbaugh's going to follow the heavy again. Akeham with the kick-out block. Rodenbaugh's going to drive his legs. He's only going to get about 4 yards. He's still going. The pile's still pushing. And it looks like they're going to actually change a 3-yard play to a 9-yard play.
Big push on that one. Just number one thing when you're in the pile like that, hold on to that football, Benny Rodenbaugh. And it looks like he did. He was able to gain 9 on the play, and this brings up 2nd down and 1. Best part is every play at 2nd down and 1 is an option.
McBain, after the turnover, giving up the touchdown, has now answered back and seeing if they can punch it in on their own. Staying with the heavy lineup on the right-hand side. Akeham's also set up on the right-hand side of Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh's going to go up the middle. He's got to find nothing going on the middle, but he only needs a couple yards for the first down. It's going to depend on the spot on this one.
Benny Rodenbaugh tried to take it in his own hands, went up the left side. This Fowler Eagle defense was not fooled on that one, and they stopped him immediately, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 1. And McBain looking right now to get a fresh set of downs.
4-down territory for the Ramblers, deep in the red zone. Trying to answer the last score. Set up heavy on the far side also. Rodenbaugh's just going to follow heavy. Great kickoff back by Akeham. He's going to fall forward all the way down to the 6-yard line, and that'll be enough for a huge first down.
Big first down for Benjamin Rodenbaugh. It is fun to watch. You watch him every time. We're on the back side here, and we watch him go through the hole, and you're just waiting to see him pop out on the other side. But that one he wasn't able to, but he was able to gain about 3 to 4 on the play and bring up a first down.
3:11 left in the third quarter. Ramblers are up 21-20. The score of the game is a missed extra point. McBain hanging on, but they're trying to punch another score in. Heavy sets up on the near side, the left-hand side. Akeham also sets up on the left-hand side. Rodenbaugh's going to follow the heavy. Great kick-out block by Akeham. Rodenbaugh's going to be grabbed on the ankle spin. It falls just short. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Rodenbaugh finds his way and does a little bit of a spin move and just turns his body and was able to lean forward for a few extra
Hurry
yards.
up offense.
2nd down and 1.
Exact same lineup and the exact same play. Rodenball is going to see if he can get it in. They touchdown, Ramblers.
Big play for the McBain Ramblers. Benny Rodenball runs the exact same play that he's ran before, and he just runs behind big Johnny Sycamore, and that leads to a Rambler touchdown. And this is where it becomes critical, is the PAT. Do you go for 2 on this one, or do you keep the PAT and try to make it a 2-score ball game?
McBain is going to be going for the extra point on this one. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is good. Ramblers are up by 8 points. Oh my goodness, we have a great game going on here as the Ramblers are now up by 28-20 with only 2:29 left in the 3rd quarter. You don't want to go anywhere. We're going to be right back as this break's brought to you by L&J Meat Market. You're listening to Home of McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is now featuring new healthcare services, including walk-in testing, online appointments for COVID and flu testing, and vaccines. McBain and LC Family Pharmacy is your first and one stop for your family's health. Go to McBainFamilyPharmacy.com to set up your appointment today and see the difference local makes. Proud local supporter of the McBain Ramblers.
And we are back, and we have a barn burner going here as the number 3 Division 3 or Division 7 McBain Ramblers versus the number 1 Division 8 Fowler Eagles. Ramblers are currently up 28-20. 2:29 left in the 3rd quarter, and we are getting ready for some more action as Thomas Maloney is now getting ready to kick off. He's now set the ball on the near side, so it looks like he may go for a chip shot to a different corner. Maloney puts boot to ball and tries a coffin corner right there, and it goes out of bounds. There'll be no return on that.
Worst thing that could have happened for the McBain Ramblers, not really Thomas Maloney's fault. The ball just came off going sideways instead of kind of going end over end and driving down the field. It went sideways and took a bad hop. That led to an out-of-bounds kickoff, and that will be the ball will be set at the 35-yard line, and this Fowler Eagle offense will take over.
All right. Fowler has the ball on their own 35-yard line.
Yep, on their own 35.
It's going to be a quick swing back to the outside. Kornichik gets it. He's going to turn upfield. He's going to be wrapped up by the Ramblers after a 7-yard gain. On the tackle is going to be Bryce Acom over there, as well as Colton Haverkamp.
That's going to be one thing to see for the Fowler Eagles. That one came from up here in the booth. It looked like that play call. We had the whole game, the Ramblers have been playing tight on the outside and wide on the inside, and that one they just did a little pitch and catch and took the 8 yards that the Ramblers were giving them.
Twins on the near, twins on the far side. 2nd and 2 from the 30-yard line. It's going to go to Ford Phillips up the middle, and he gets grabbed by big Johnny Sycamore. And when he puts the paw on you, you ain't going nowhere. Once again, the garbage man throwing more bags of garbage on the side.
Sometimes football is a simple sport. It's basically who's bigger and faster and stronger. And today, Johnny Sycamore has been the guy on that defensive line, and he has completely handled this Fowler Eagle offensive line. One thing, hopefully the Ramblers tighten up on this corner with a 3rd down and 1. This little swing pass might be coming into effect.
The quarterback keeper right up the middle, and he's going to fall forward for the 1st down, even though Wyatt Ziderbean hit him in the backfield. He spun forward to get the big Fowler 1st down.
Ziderbean got a lot of them, but not enough of him to not drive him back. Jacob Hoffman was able to make his way across the line of scrimmage and across that 1st down marker. That'll be a fresh set of downs for the Fowler Eagles. It'll be 1st down and 10 from their own from the 50-yard line.
Twins on the near, twins on the far side. Ball's in the middle of the field. Fowler going from left to right on radio dial. Hoffman's dropped back, looking for the bubble screen. Both are well covered. Now he's going to throw something over the middle, and he just misses Spicer. Great defensive play by the cornerbacks as they both sides read that and played it perfectly. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. McBain up 28-20.
For the Eagles.
One thing, the out route was taken care of late, but they were able to make sure that slot guy was unable to get a ball to him. Number one thing is Jacob Hart running across the edge. Make sure he sticks on his guy a little bit better, because that one could have been a touchdown had Hoffman been able to get the ball to him.
A quick pitch over to Ford Phillips. Phillips, they're going to say his knee was down. He slipped behind the line of scrimmage, and the Whitecaps agreeing with them. That will actually be a turf tackle for a loss of 1.
He came across the outside flying, and the turf was able to catch him right there. And instead of an 8-yard gain on the play, he made a 1-yard loss, and that'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Fowler Eagles.
Fowler sends the play in now. McBain did the clap. Third down, big play. Probably 4-down territory in this stage of the game, in my opinion. There is only 9 seconds left in the third quarter. Fowler has an up back, and Hoffman is going to look to go deep. Just closely guarded on that one, and it's going to be broken up by Lakai Campbell, and then they are going to give the flag for the pass interference.
That one was too close to call from here, Gary. On the outside, we're out here against the booth. He was able to see the space in between, but that flag came from a mile down the road. And apparently he saw it better than the up man.
The Ramblers penalty will be marked off.
And that will be a critical mistake. That would have been 4th down and 11 on the bad side for the Fowler Eagles, but now we have transformed into a 1st down and 10 on the 40-yard line.
But that's the end of the third quarter. The score at the end of the third quarter, the McBain Ramblers 28 and the Fowler Eagles.
All right, so that is the end of the fourth quarter. We have 1 quarter left to play, and we are in a shootout. McBain's up 28-20. Fowler is driving. You don't want to miss any of this. You're listening to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
McBain Transmissions in Lake City services vehicles, foreign and domestic, specializing in transmissions, transfer cases, differentials, high-performance driveline, 4x4s, clutches, and computer diagnostics. For anything transmission and quality used cars, it's McBain Transmissions on LaChance Road between Cadillac and Lake City. Call 231-779-1394. That's 231-779-1394.
And we are back. McBain just got a sideline unsportsmanlike penalty. That'll move the ball forward 10 more yards, or 15 yards. Now, here's what we kind of made a mistake on, is that I guess you can't end on a defensive penalty.
No.
And that's why they're still running a play and haven't switched sides, so it's actually still the third quarter.
Oh.
And that's why it's third quarter with a non-timed play taking place right here. So, Fowler gets a freebie. They got their double wing tight, double slots. Ford Phillips is set up on the right-hand side. It's going to be a keeper. Hoffman is going to cut to the outside. He's going to be blown up on that one by Ben Rodenbaugh, and that should be the end of the third quarter. And it will be a gain of 5. So when we will continue to stay here for the next quarter, as we are trying to figure out what happened. Actually, we're going to throw it back to the station because I don't know what exactly happened. We're going to get ourselves reset. McBain's up 28-20. Fowler's driving deep into McBain's territory. You listen to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Ladies, get ready for Lakeside Ace Hardware's biggest event of the year. Ladies' Night is always packed with hands-on projects, games, cooking demos, and great deals. Factory reps from Benjamin Moore Paints, Weber Grills, and Ego Outdoor Power Equipment are on site and ready to answer your questions. Enjoy snacks, wine tasting, door prizes, giveaways, and some of the best deals of the year. Follow the Facebook page for more details. Don't miss Ladies' Night November 6th at Lakeside Ace Hardware, Mitchell Street in Cadillac.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And we are back. Fowler has the ball on the 39-yard line.
Looks like there's a lot of confusion out there.
It should be on the 19-yard line.
Yep.
So we have 2nd and 4 from the 19-yard line. I think we got everything set up here. Gary Hawkeye Van joined by Trevor Lucky. Fourth quarter action as Fowler is driving. McBain's up by a slim 8 points. Defense, see if they can stop this drive. All right, Hoffman in the shotgun. Man in motion. It's going to be an inside hand up to Ford Phillips. Phillips is going to be wrapped around the ankle and taken up high on that one. Jacob Corliss gets it low. Kirk gets him up high. And that is going to make it 3rd down and 1.
Landon Kirk, that's something I haven't seen out of him all year at his middle linebacker spot. He came through and he absolutely stuck Ford right at the line to gain. And that'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Fowler Eagles. And this is a huge play for the McBain Ramblers.
Fowler's talking it over. Keeping that offset wings, move 3-man in motion to try and reset the offense. And it's just going to be Hoffman up the middle. He's got a lot of room for a 1st down inside the 10. That'll be 1st and goal as he's brought down by Colton Haverkamp on that one and Jacob Hart.
The Fowler Eagles coming out. The McBain Ramblers knew exactly what they were doing on defense. However, the Fowler Eagles knew that they knew what they were doing on defense. Instantly switched the play up quick and snapped the ball before McBain could do anything about it. And that leads to an easy 1st down. That'll be 1st down and 10, but now 1st down and goal for the Fowler Eagles.
Fowler Eagles just inside the 10-yard line. They have the Wildcat formation. That's going to go straight into Kernish. Kernish is going to be tackled by Kurt, but not until he gets it down to the 5-yard line. That'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Ford going to the outside. He goes off tackle, and he is trying to find his way in the end zone, but he gets stuck. But not after getting 4 yards on the play. And it brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Fowler Eagles, and they are knocking at the door. Be late in the early in the fourth quarter, with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go and closing. The McBain Ramblers are up 28 to 20 against the Fowler Eagles.
Tight formation for the Fowler Eagles. It is going to have Hoffman back in, fakes the pitch. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to just run into the teeth of that defense. Fools no one. Jacob Corliss comes around the corner to get the tackle around the ankles. And then we had Trent Brunick come up high, and then right in the middle was Shorty to make it for no gain.
Hoffman fakes the pitch to the right. He makes his way to the left, tries to go off the outside of the tackle, and he gets stuck there by the defensive end. I believe that was Zeiderveen and Corliss on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
Twins on the far side. We got a slot back. Ford is going to fake the handoff. Hoffman's going to roll this right. He is going to take off, make 1-man miss, and then Jacob Corliss with the textbook tackle holds him up high and finished off on that one by Johnny Sikkema for a gain of 1. I'm going to make it 2. It is going to be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. The defense, can they man up one more time?
Can the defense hold Jagger Corliss, like you said, with a textbook tackle, locks him up at the knees, and a big hit on the top. That is excellent gang tackling by the McBain Ramblers. And here it is, big 4th down and about 4 on the play, and here comes those keys. This is a key play early in the 4th.
8:48 left in the 4th quarter. McBain is only up by 8. 4th down and 4, or 4th to goal on the 4-yard line for Fowler. Fowler has Twins on the far sideline. Hoffman, he's going to go back to pass. He's going to throw it out in the corner. It's going to be knocked out last second. Jacob Hart, out of nowhere, pulls his best Superman impression, lays out to knock that pass, touchdown saving pass away.
Jacob Hart on the play might be taking that nickname Hawkeye from you. He came outside, and he came out of nowhere and swiped that ball just out of nowhere. Good for you, Jacob Hart. Way to make a play when it mattered most. And that brings up a fresh set of downs for the McBain Ramblers. 1st down and 10 from their own 4. Sorry, Gary, I didn't mean to take your thunder, but that was an actual play by Jacob Hart.
What a fantastic play. Yeah, you didn't take any thunder from me. Hart brought the thunder on that one because he was lightning. Heavy setup on the right-hand side. Rodenbaugh all by himself. He is going to follow the heavy set. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 2. McBain's just trying to get out of the shadow. There is a flag on the play late. Be interesting what that's going to be.
I don't know what's really, I mean, everything seemed pretty civil down there, Gary, but there might have been a little bit of chatting.
And it looks like Fowler players are clapping. Is that a penalty you take?
I think so, because it becomes just a loss of down, isn't it?
No, if you take it, it's half the distance, which from the 5s back to the 3-yard line. So it's a loss of 1, but you keep your, unless they called it after the play was over.
After the play, I believe.
Well, McBain will get punished on that one, as they'll get an unsportsmanlike. That is now going to make it 2nd and 12 from their own 3-yard line. They lose the down because they do the naughty after the play was over. Ronaball next to Acom. He's going to follow Acom up the middle. He's going to be met at the line. He's going to get it back to the 5-yard line. It is going to be 3rd down and about 9 for the Ramblers in the shadow of their own goalpost.
3rd down and about 9, and we went from cheering and here we go to now it's 3rd down and you're sitting there right in your own end zone, hoping to see if you can get yourself a 1st down, get out of this position, at least get some better field position. So if this Fowler offense or Fowler defense does hold, they have to go a little bit further downfield. And we will see here. We'll see what Coach Pat Maloney comes out with at 3rd down and 9 for the Ramblers.
Heavy on the left-hand side. Acom set up on the left-hand side. Ronaball's going to follow the heavy. He's going to find the corner. He's going to fall forward to about the 10-yard line. He needed to get to the 12. So it's now going to be 4th down and 3 for the Ramblers. Maloney has something to think about that.
4th down the play, and Benjamin Rodemel, being the athlete he is and the competitor he is, asking, hey, can we go for it on this one? However, man, 4th down and inside your own 20 is not a good place to be. Coach Pat Maloney takes out and brings up the punting team.
He says, trust our defense.
Pretty much, yeah.
Thomas Maloney is back to punt. Hoffman is going to be deep for the Fowlers. There's a big punt by Maloney. Is going to hit at the 40-yard line, take a Rambler bounce. It's going to get to the 50-yard line, downed on that one by Jacob Hart, as Maloney does the best he can to flip the field, and McBain now must answer on defense.
A big punt and a better kick just to get a little bit of breathing room for this McBain defense to see if they can hold. They've been doing very well all night, and we'll see what they can do about midway through the 4th.
Hunting Electric scoreboard says 6:48 left in the ball game. McBain's up 28-20. We have all the intensity, all the anticipation. We've got a fantastic game going right now. Fowler has the ball. Twins on the near, Twins on the far. Midfield is going to be a bubble screen on the outside. Set up very well to Spicer. Spicer's going to spin for about a 6-yard gain before he's pushed out of bounds on that one by Bryce Acom on the tackle, and I saw Colton Haverkamp over there.
And right there, he is able to get out of bounds. That is the worst news for the McBain Ramblers right now. We want the time off the clock. However, the clock is stopped at 6:40, and this Fowler Eagles team will be able to grab another play.
Twins on the near, Twins on the far. Hoffman's going to do a bubble screen to this side. This one is going to be the superstar Konishwick, and he is going to dance forward for a 1st down for Fowler. Over on the tackle on that one, I saw Brunick over there and Rodenbaugh.
Hoffman and Konishwick for an easy pitch and catch on that one is able to gain the 1st down, and that'll be a Fowler 1st down. They will start this drive at the 40, or not to start the drive, keep going with the drive, the 40-yard line.
Twins on the near, Twins on the far. Dropping back is Hoffman. There's going to be a double move. He's going to try and beat a man deep. He can try and go against Campbell. Campbell is going to get another flag thrown from behind on that one.
Incomplete pass, but there's a flag on the field.
The worst part about it in high school football, Gary, is the play happens so fast. That play up 40 yards down the field. The flag gets thrown about 50 yards behind the play, and that one leads to a pass interference, and that'll be a 1st down for this Fowler Eagle offense.
A reminder, you're listening to WCDY, McBain, Cadillac, Lake City.
Ball starting spot down 25-yard line, 1st and 10, Fowler.
First and 10 for Fowler on the 25-yard line. Hoffman now trying to get to the end zone right there. It overthrows the receiver, does stop the clock. Second and 10.
Nothing on that one. The Fowler Eagles offense going to an air raid offense, trying to put up a quick score on the board. And this McBain Rambler defense has held for that last play. It'll be second down and 10 from about the 25-yard line.
McBain up 28-21, 6:08 left in the fourth quarter. Fowler is trying to drive again. Second and 10 from the 25-yard line. Inside hand up to Fort Phillips. Phillips is going to be swallowed up by the line and thrown back by big Johnny Sycamore. It's going to be a gain of 3, but the clock keeps running.
Johnny Sycamore. Man, there is some humongous guys out there for the Fowler Eagles, and Johnny Sycamore is just throwing them around like rag dolls. It is impressive what good American beef will do.
On that stop, number 50,
He likes to say he's corn-fed.
Absolutely.
Here they go. Fowler breaks the huddle. Third down and 8. Twins on the near, twins on the far. Shotgun formation. Hoffman drops back. He's going to look. He's got his Spicer across the middle. Spicer is going to be tackled by Corliss. He's going to be close to the first down. Stay inbounds, but they're going to call a timeout to decide if he was a first down or not.
It looks like they are giving it to him, and that'll be without the chains getting the measurement. That'll be a first down for the Fowler Eagles.
5:26 left in the ball game. Fowler is down. Ramblers are up 28-20, but Fowler is once again deep in McBain territory. They are at the 15-yard line. Single on the far side. Twins on the inside. We have a broken eye formation on this one. Hoffman puts a man in motion. It's going to be a fake jet sweep. He's going to try and get to the outside. Cuts it inside. It's going to be grabbed by a bunch of the Ramblers, but he's going to get an 8-yard gain. And that will make it 2nd and 2 on that one. It looks like Clayton Hooker on the play and Johnny Sycamore.
Johnny Sycamore getting up after that one. He's taking a little bit of a breather on that one. He was on the bottom of that pile, and that seems to have shaken him up a little bit on the play.
Logan Overman comes in to do his best Johnny Sycamore impersonation.
He's not far off, and he's going to have to be the leader of that front line next year.
Broken eye formation. Hoffman's going to drop back to pass. Rolls out to his right. Looking. He's going to throw it off his back foot. It's going to be a push off, and it's going to be a complete pass. Touchdown, Fowler. Spicer gets the complete pass as he is able to get behind the Rambler defender on that one. 26-28 now.
Big play for the Fowler Eagles. We had Hoffman on the backside. He threw it off his back foot with McBain Ramblers in his face. And able to hit the back of the end zone was Nate Spicer. He was able just to toe tap his way into the back of the end zone. And that'll be a touchdown for the Fowler. 2-point try to see if they can tie it up here. This is a big deal here. This is what will let you know that extra point attempt has become a big issue and them having to go for 2.
Timeout by the Fowler Eagles as they want to make sure they get this one right. 4:26 left in the ball game. It is 28 Ramblers, 26 Fowler. We'll be right back after a word from our station. You listen to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of McBain High School. CTC is the place to be.
Back here in McBain, we are in a thriller of the game. McBain is up 28-26. Fowler is going for the 2-point conversion to try and tie the game up. Fowler, they are set up. They got 3 running backs, and they're kind of staggered on the inside. Hoffman's going to drop back. He's going to look for the man in the back corner. He's got one in the flat. It's going to be an easy pitch and cast. 2-point conversion as good as that one was completed to Trevor Spicer, Nate's younger brother. It makes the score 28-28.
Eagles, 28.
And this one is tied. It is 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the fourth, and we are all tied up. And McBain will be receiving the ball, hoping to finish this game out with a win in this last drive here.
If McBain can avoid the mistakes they've been making, they should have no problem finishing this game out. Their offense has been able to grind 6-7 yards at a chunk, and they need to continue to do the chunk yards.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just you can't hurt yourself right now. The penalties have been basically the worst thing to happen for the McBain Ramblers. They played almost perfect football, and they're going to have to play extremely perfect football here in the last 4 minutes of this game to be able to finish this one out with a win.
All right, as McBain gets ready to receive the ball, Aaron Simons is getting ready to kick. Back deep is Jacob Hart.
Okay. Well, with the Eagles, number 8, Aaron Simons. Back deep for McBain, number 22, Jacob Hart.
Simon puts boot the ball. That one's going to be taken by Acom. Acom gets at the 30-yard line. He's going to put his head down, keep both hands on the ball, drive it up to about the 38-yard line. That's a nice little return for the McBain Ramblers.
Acom lowers his shoulder and puts a little bit of power into that one. He was able to blow the Fowler defender right off his feet and find his way 1st and 10, and they'll be starting their drive at the 39-yard line. And here comes that McBain offense. Let's see if they can finish this one off and take this one home with a victory.
4:18 left in the ball game. 28-28. Sitting on the edge of your seat. Want to listen to this. McBain sets up heavy on the wide side. Rodenbaugh follows the heavy lineup. He is going to be grabbed in the backfield, thrown down for a loss of a yard. Fowler is able to answer that one this time.
Benjamin Rodenbaugh is taking it into his own hands. The play, it's a tricky one because there's been a lot of plays that's been locked up, and there's been a lot of plays he's come out the back door on the other side and scored a touchdown. But we're going to need a little bit more out of this one to see this McBain Rambler offense take this one and finish her out.
This is where we're going to see the fresh legs of Fowler and see if McBain can answer with the Ironman of them. They set up heavy on our side, the wide side of the field. McBain going left to right on your radio dial. Hand off to Acom. Acom's going to follow the heavy lineup, and he's going to be swallowed up there as Fowler is daring McBain to pass, and they're bringing 9 guys into the box on that one.
To be honest with you, Gary, there's almost 11 of them in the box. The outside corners are within about 6 yards of the ball. They're all right there. Time to see, and they're bringing everybody. The heavy lineup works. However, it only works when you have a mismatch on the outside. And at the moment, just everybody's down there.
3 minutes left in the ball game. 28-28. McBain, 3rd and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Split out 2 on the wide side, and it's going to be down to 5 seconds. Maloney better call a timeout. We're going to get a delay game here. Quick handoff. It's going to be a fake counter. Acom throws a jump ball, and it's going to be batted around as 2 Ramblers bat it from each other. The trick play does not work, and it now will be 4th down and 10 for McBain.
The hard part about that one was Hooker had it in his sights, but 2 players came a little bit too close to the ball. They didn't see each other and end up fighting for it at the end. And that will lead to 4th down and 10 at the 40. And this is either, do we go for it, or is this one going to be kicking it off or punting it to the Fowler Eagles?
Maloney comes out to punt. Maloney just called 1 trick play. His son Thomas is the kicker of the team. He is also the backup quarterback. Just saying.
Yeah.
We tried 1 trickeration. Maloney gets the snap. It's going to be a good kick. Punt that's going to hit at the 35, take a Rambler bounce. It's going to bounce all the way down to the 28-yard line. Johnny Sycamore trying to will it a little bit further, but that's it. Downs the ball at the 28. It's time for the defense.
Well, let's see this Rambler defense come out. They've had a little bit of a struggle here late in the 4th quarter to stop this Fowler Eagle offense. See if they can beat them on going to the air. The Eagles, the only thing that they have been able to do tonight is go through the air. They've had a really tough time on the ground, and I think there'll be no reason for them to be on the ground for the next series.
Trips on the near side. We got a single back, single on the far side. 2:35 left in the ball game. Hoffman drops back. He's got a man wide open deep. He is going to go deep, and it's going to be incomplete. McBain dodged a touchdown right there as it was just off the fingertips of Brady Vetpach.
That one is going to be another one that haunts Jacob Hoffman tonight if the Fowler Eagles do not come out with the win tonight. That was a deep ball, not a guy within 30 to 40 feet of him, and he was unable to drop it right in there for him for the touchdown. That would have been a guaranteed touchdown if they would have caught the football. And the McBain Ramblers really dodged one right there, Gary.
2:30 left in the ball game, fourth quarter. Fowler has twins on the near, twins on the far. Hoffman's going to do a bubble screen on this one to Asher. Asher's going to make a move upside. He's going to be brought down the tackle by Jacob Hart, but there's a big yellow flag on that play and a celebration in the press box.
Thank goodness a flag came from the furthest guy in the field. There was an easy block in the back, and it was, thank goodness it was called by the officiating crew.
They call holding against the Eagles. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, spot foul.
Well, that one will drive the Eagles back into their own territory. And that will be second down and 20. And here's a big time for the McBain Ramblers to step up and lock this game right up.
All right, twins on the near, twins on the far side. Fowler fakes the bubble screen, going to go deep again. Rodaball's going to try and chase it down. They're going to complete the pass, and it's going to be taken down by Jacob Hart, but not until he gets up to the 48-yard line for a Rambler or for a Fowler first down.
Hoffman with a bomb down the field, and he was able to connect. Jacob Hart was unable to get a hand on it right there, and that'll lead to a first down and 10 for the Fowler Eagles at their own 50-yard line, and we are tied up at 28. If somebody's just tuning in, we're tied up at 28 with 2 minutes and 14 seconds in closing, and here in the fourth quarter.
Trips on the near side. McBain did not, like they say, they're calling a timeout. 2:09 left in the ball game. Fowler needs 52 yards to score. McBain needs to hold them out and play for overtime right now. We're going to keep it here. We want to thank all the sponsors make it happen, but we want to make sure you guys know 28-28. Two undefeated team. One will go home with the loss. The other one will keep their record unblemished for the whole season. Playoffs are coming for both teams. Both teams are going to be moving on. If you want to jump on and continue to sponsor McBain Sports, feel free to call the radio station or contact me directly, Gary Vanna at McBain.org. We want to thank McBain Auto and Truck Center, Ina Store, McBain Lake City Family Pharmacy, Boss Design Company, Wexford Misaki CTC, L&J Meat Market, Huntington Electric, McBain Rural Agricultural School, Napa Auto and Truck Parts Cadillac, Big Rapids Lake City, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, McBain Rural Agricultural School, Huntington Electric. And now we're back to action here. Big shout out, Go Ramblers from Amp Wireless Electrical, as is going to be a Wildcat play again to Asher Kanishtik, and it's going to be a gain of 4 yards tackled by Johnny Sycamore.
Johnny Sycamore has the whole Fowler team holding on to him, and he was able to make that tackle anyways. He's been doing a phenomenal job down there on the line, and that will bring second down and 5.
Minute 45 left. Hoffman steps back. He's got a good throw. Wide open man right there. It is going to be considered a catch at the 22-yard line, as that one is going to be caught by Brady Felposh. Fowler is now deep in McBain territory.
Another will be touchdown saving throw for the Fowler Eagles. That was a nice throw, but not nice enough. Wide receiver was able to catch it right at his footsteps, and that one got him down there. But that'll be first down and 10 for the Fowler Eagles.
Hoffman drops back, looking into the corner. He's got a man wide open at the 5-yard line. He's going to be pushed out of bounds on that one by Lakai Campbell. It is going to be 2nd and 9 from the 11-yard line.
And right there is a prime example of what I was talking about with the route running of the Fowler Eagles earlier in the first quarter. The ball is thrown, and these guys don't even turn yet. And the moment they turn, the ball is right at their face mask. Extremely hard to defend and very tough to stop. And they're showing why they're the number 1 team in Division 8.
Minute 19 left. It's going to be given to Ford Phillips up the middle. He is going to run to big Trenton Brunick. Finished off on that one by Jacob Corliss, but that'll be a first down, first and goal at the 8-yard line for the Fowler Eagles. And the Fowler Eagles looks like they may call timeout.
So here we are, folks. We are first down and 10 for the Fowler Eagles. There is 1 minute and 11 seconds to go on in the final of regulation. We might be going to overtime later. We'll see what happens here. And it is 28-28. And let's see how this one finishes out.
We have had a crazy game going on here. You're going to want to stay listening to this. We will keep it here until we have a decision made or if we go into overtime. McBain needs the defense to answer. Fowler does have a kicker who has missed one extra point. Fowler, tight lineup right now. Wildcat formation, handoff to Ford Phillips. Phillips is going to be met in the backfield, and he's going to be dragged back on that one by Lakai Campbell, as well as Jacob Corliss is in there.
Big stop for the Ramblers on there. Phillips was able to drive his way right through the middle, and he was stuck by Makai Campbell. It looks like Johnny Sickam on that one. And that will bring up second down.
And the clock keeps running. 34 seconds left in the ball game. Fowler breaks the huddle. They got everybody in the middle in front of the quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback Ford Phillips is going to get the fake. He's going to get to the corner. Touchdown, Fowler.
Touchdown, Eagles.
A huge misdirection there by the Fowler Eagles. Ford Phillips was able to, he faked one, he faked it back, and he came all the way up the middle on that one. And that leads to a touchdown for the Fowler Eagles. And here comes the PAT, and they have the go-ahead touchdown. There's 21 seconds to go in the ball game, and it is 28 McBain and 34 at the moment, the Fowler Eagles with a PAT coming.
Aaron Simon getting ready to kick the extra point. He's missed one already. This one's up. It is good. As Fowler has now taken a 7-point lead on the McBain Ramblers, their first lead of the ball game, and it has come at 21 seconds left in the ball game. We're going to keep it here for this one, as McBain has to figure out a way to get a score on the board. You know Fowler's going to be sagging quite deep on the thing.
Well, the biggest thing that you just don't know right now is those big slant routes by Hooker, the big slant routes also by Ealing. You never know when you get those guys one-on-one what can happen. And it'll be an interesting one to see. I believe McBain does have two timeouts left. And so, hey, we're in for a good one here to finish out the game.
It's not over, but it does look a little bit grim.
It's not over, but it was a little bit deflating. I'll be honest with you on that one, Gary. To lose the first lead, to give Fowler the first lead of the game with only 21 seconds is always a heartbreaker.
Number 1 versus number 3. It's been as billed and advertised. Simon goes to put boot to ball. He's going to skip it across the ground. This one's going to be picked up by Ronenball. Ronenball is going to spin backwards and is going to go down to the 26-yard line.
So this is when it comes in handy. There's 2 timeouts, and this McBain offense takes the field. Either the Fowler Eagles call timeout or McBain. I'm unsure at the moment. Looks like Fowler has called a timeout.
Fowler trying to set up the defense. I want to remind you that the many sponsors make this season go and have supported us. We want to give a shout out to Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, Lakeside Ace Hardware, Plurga Mechanical, McLean Transmission, BM, Northern Truck Service, McBain Hardware, Twisted Cow, McBain Athletic Booster Club, Chad Allen's Auto Sales, and Amp Wireless Electric. Did I say that right?
I'd say it's Amp Electric, but yeah, wireless is a good touch. I'm not sure.
Well, I got a text from him. It says Amp Wire Electric.
Amp Wire Electric, perfect.
Amp Wire Electric. We'll get that name down because it's now part of the great family of businesses with Pluger Mechanical. All right, Twins on the far side. Now we got Twins on the near side. Single on the far side. You got Kurt as your running back. Ronenball is going to fake the pass. He's going to run up the middle. He is going to get swallowed up, and he's going to get a loss of 18 on that one. With 10 seconds left in the ball game, McBain has to figure something out to keep that perfect season going. A lot of the odds against him. McBain calls their last time out to set up what most likely is the last play of the game.
Yeah, this will be a tough one, Gary. We'll see it. It's going to be about a 75-yarder if they can make it happen. Probably going to go through the air on this one. Might be able to get a second play in if it's just a short incompletion, but we'll see what happens.
I'm picturing Maloney's going, let's do that tight end drag to Hooker. Hook and ladder to Hart coming on the backside. Reverse hook and ladder in the middle of the field instead of on the sideline and see what can happen there. That's my call.
You know, it's always a possibility. I mean, when you got athletes like Hooker and Hart, you just never know what'll come and happen for you this late in the game.
Well, Hooker's on the field. That's a good sign. Hart's on the field. I got a possibility. They're both on the near side of the field, though. So if my hook and ladder is going to happen, it's actually going to happen on our side of the field. Ronenball draws back. He's going to fake it. He's going to go deep to Hooker. Hooker's going to go up. It's going to be batted away. Incomplete pass. It did leave 5 seconds left on the clock.
Still time for one more play. However, I think this one will be the last one, and then our night will potentially be over. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ramblers had one more timeout in their pocket. Now they're out as they are going to come up with their very last play of the game, most likely. It's been a fantastic season coming here at 8-0 against an 8-0 team. Two gladiators that fought the whole game. What an amazing game that we got the privilege to even watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Both teams have left everything they got on the field. Both teams guaranteed the playoffs. Great test for the McBain Ramblers as they have not faced an opponent like this for a very long time. Beal City is the last. Everett and Beal City both were the only really tough games they faced all season, and they need to be pushed. They need to be challenged, and that was a great call to play against this Fowler team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like we were talking about, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, was the playoffs. At the end of the day, the playoffs are meant to create a champion, and it's good to see the best of the best.
There's the deep pass to Hooker, and they set up the hook and ladder with Hooker and Hart. That one's going to fall incomplete. Clock runs out at the end of the game. It's going to be the Eagles of Fowler 35, McBain 28. McBain suffers their first loss of the game. We'll be right back for the Kelly's Pizza and Grill post-game show. Once again, Fowler 35, McBain 28. You've been listening to Home and McBain Sports on the all-new 107.9 CDY.
Hey, Northern Michigan. Rich Smulligan here from the Ina store in beautiful downtown Ina. Fall is particularly beautiful here in Ina, but we all know what follows it. Right now, it's time to prepare for all that snow with a new Boss snowplow for your truck or utility vehicle. You'll be ready to restore order to your driveway or parking lot with a new Michigan-made Boss snowplow. Call us today at the Ina store, your Cadillac area Boss plow dealer, for a great preseason deal before winter hits.
Theom would like to congratulate the girls cross-country team on winning their third consecutive conference title and celebrate the football team finishing conference play undefeated and as conference champs. The girls volleyball team has also killed it in their conference. All of these teams have had outstanding Rambler seasons, and Theom wants to wish you well in the playoffs. It's a great time to be a Rambler.
And we are back here in McBain as a dejected McBain Rambler team drops their first game of the season. They'll finish the regular season 8-1, Highland Conference champions, lost to the #1 Division 8 Fowler Eagles. No shame in that at all. We are at the postgame show brought to you by Kelly's Pizza and Grill. Give me some feedback, what you thought about the end of that game there.
You know, it was just a heartbreaker for the McBain Ramblers on that one. They gave it all they had tonight, and just at the end, they were just not enough for the Fowler Eagles. the one thing that the Fowler Eagles did well, they went after the big Achilles heel of the McBain Ramblers, and that is pass defense. They have struggled as of late, as we saw a little bit against Beale City and a little bit against Everett, and also actually Lake City, none of those teams were near the opponent that the Fowler Eagles were, and the Fowler Eagles played an awesome game, and they played an excellent game of pitch and catch, and it was really fun to watch.
All right, so they have the circle of prayer, both teams participating in that as we are now getting ready for the final wrap up here. We're going to go to the Napa Auto Truck Service, or Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids Lake. Let me get this all straight. Northern Truck Service deep dive into statistics. If you can give me a little summary of how McBain did in the game, and they also have the actual scoring drives on there for you too.
Well, the one thing that hurts me the most to say is, so I said at halftime, Benny Rosenball had 90 passing yards. The sad part is that's what he ended with. He ended with 90 passing yards. He did do a lot more on the ground. He ended up with 152 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. And also, we were able to see McBain. The hardest part about today was it was hard to see them go back to when the push came to shove. You always give the ball to your best players. However, they kind of went back to the one-sidedness of just the Benny Rosenball show and a little bit more Bryce Acom. But hey, a great battle nonetheless. Defensively, let me get the stats here. I want to make sure I get some of the defensive love in there. Defensively, Johnny Sycamore leading the game. He had an absolutely phenomenal game tonight, going with 6 tackles all by himself and 4 assists to help out the others. Bryce Acom at the middle linebacker spot also doing a phenomenal job at 5 tackles, and Betty Rodenball and a lot of other Ramblers cleaning up with 3 tackles all by themselves. And so, Gary, what do you do now, and how do you come together going into this playoff run? To be honest with you, from what we see in the projections now, with this hope that you go perfect and then you get yourself a home playoff game, at the moment it's not looking good for you to get a home playoff game and potentially be knocking on the door with Traverse City St. Francis at Throby Field. We don't know that for sure. I'm just letting everybody know. We don't know that for sure, but the projections are saying that as of right now. What do you say if you're Coach Pat Maloney going into that huddle in that locker room?
You'd say that you played one whale of a game, 2 crazy bounces of the ball. You're the one with 35, and they're the one with 28.
Yep.
You just proved that you can match up with any team in the state when you go toe-to-toe with the number 1 ranked team. Oh, they're playing against a team from Division 8, a team that beat Pewamo Westphalia.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a fantastic quality program they went up against. You don't want to say there's good losses, but there's a lot to learn from it, and it does show you how close and how good you really are. And you got tested. Iron sharpens iron, and they got sharpened today, and they'll give them focus for next week.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's where I think we're going to go with that from here. Once again, you're listening to the Kelly's Pizza and Grill post-game show. McBain Ramblers, they fall 35-28 to the Fowler Eagles. Fantastic game by both teams. Now, we're going to have to give out some awards. We still do some awards here. So at this time, I want to give you the Napa Auto and Truck Part Cadillac Big Rapids Lake City play of the game. What do you got for that one, Trevor?
The play of the game, I will give it to Jacob Hart. It was that he was able on that 4th down. He was able to tip that one in the end zone. That would have been the tire, and then later on, Fowler did get the tying touchdown. However, that was a big stop that he was able to make right there. That's the thing that kept him in the ball game, or else it would have been tied much earlier. And I'm going to give Jacob Hart that play of the game.
All right, so the great defensive knockdown in the end zone where he flew out of nowhere, did his best Superman impersonation to deny the touchdown to keep McBain in the lead at that point, is your Napa Auto and Truck Parts play of the game. Once again, we want to thank all these fine sponsors that make these games happen. McBain Auto and Truck Center, Boss Design Company, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Cadillac, Big Rapids, Lake City, Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, McLean Transmission, Fiat, McBain Athletic Booster Club, Twisted Cow, Northern Truck Service, Pluger Mechanical, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, McBain Rural Agricultural School, Wexford, Misaki CTC, Ina Store, McBain Lake City Family Pharmacy, L&J Meat Market, Huntington Electric, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, Lakeside Ace Hardware, and of course, McBain Hardware. Now, for the biggest thing of the game, we want to figure out who is your Hawkeye player of the game, brought to you by Boss Design.
That's the one thing. It's every week. Obviously, we can say the quarterback and Benny Rodenbaugh. He gets a lot of love here. But to be honest with you, one person that hasn't got a lot of love this season has been working his butt off. He did make he made one critical mistake in the game. However, he also made some very critical things that kept him in the game. And I'm going to give Jacob Hart your player of the game.
Congratulations, Jacob Hart, as the player of the game. Want to let you know McBain is guaranteed to be in the playoffs. So we will be back on the air next week. I'm hoping that Trevor will join me if he still has time to put up with me. We'll see what he says after this game.
I'll have a little time.
All right.
Yeah. Might be on Saturday.
Maybe. For our producer and engineer, Connor Hammond, I am Gary Vanna, joined by Trevor Lucky. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, we'll be back next weekend, but you have to watch the highlight show on Sunday to find out where McBain's playing, who they are playing, and all of that. We will be on 10 minutes before the game for the Pluger Mechanical pregame show. You've been listening at home on McBain Sports. And for the best of the 80s, the 90s, 2K, and today, 107.9 CDY. Good night, boys.
Thank you for listening to McBain Rambler Football on 107.9 CDY. This live broadcast and stream has been sponsored by McBain Auto and Truck Center and Cadillac Auto and Truck Service, McBain and Lake City Family Pharmacy, Boss Design Company, the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center, L&J Meat Market, Napa Auto and Truck Parts of Cadillac, Big Rapids, and Lake City, McBain Rural Agricultural Schools, Huttinga Electric, Northern Truck Service, Kelly's Pizza and Grill, Burkholder Family Funeral Home, McLean Transmissions, Pluger Mechanical, McBain Hardware, Fiam, and Ina Store. Join us next time for McBain Rambler Football on your home for Rambler Sports, 107.9 CDY.